Welcome to another wonderful week of Dungeons and Dungeons. Last time, the Atulian Fellowship was formed between the three kingdoms, Jinzo, Whitlin, and Freya. The group received a new group of followers, made up the armies that fought alongside them during the All War. Arwen, the drow leader of the group, is waiting for you guys at Nature's Hold for your return to free Jingzhou, a kingdom that was awarded to the group for their support and victory during the All War. In the meantime, your group returned to the Broken Sword or Hilt cave, explored more rooms until you uncovered the Tomb of Vecna. There you found the Fire Orb of Eternal Harmony. Trapped inside a pocket dimension, the God of Secrets Vecna is putting you through his trials in exchange for your escape and for the orb. Or your freedom, for that matter.
Seems trustworthy.
I'm gonna laugh so hard.
When we
This
lose,
character gets the item that my other character was designed to get.
seems to be happening a lot with these
You know,
parties.
this is fine.
A lot of slip swapping.
The trial begins now. The doors behind you close as you are locked inside this tomb room with Vecna. Inside here, it's just like all this cracked stonework, and it's this massive throne he sits upon with these chains around him, though he's still missing his eye in his hand. There's all these trees inside here. Some of them are beautifully green, some of them are autumn, and them completely dead. It looks like each of these trees at the far side of the room are representing different parts of nature in its cycles. It is dim lighting in here, but all the torches are green fire inside this room. As you can see, the same green fire inside Vecna's eye looking at you guys. As he dwarfs you in massive size, very much how the Storm Giant presented itself to you guys. He leans over onto his throne as you can hear the shackles jingling along as he says, "The first of your trials. Secrets are just forms of knowledge. That is the most powerful item in all of the universe. It comes at a cost. Each cost you must take. The first will be a cost of morality. To know what is forbidden, you must trade away who you are. Before you are four people." As his giant hand waves across in front of him, you see four individuals tied and bound, their knees to the ground and bags over their heads. You get to decide their fates. If you decide to do nothing, they all die. At the time of their deaths, all those most affected by this person will know how they died, by whose hands, and your decision or lack thereof behind it. They have no idea of my involvement. It falls upon your shoulders. Make your decisions. As Vecna sits back on his throne to watch you guys. What do you do?
Alright. Well, this is kind of a lame challenge.
So it's just that there's no specific goal here or any kind of real guidelines. He's just like, four people here, what do, right?
Yeah, he's just giving us the option to do whatever, it seems.
Alright, I would like to go and unmask them, if that's okay.
I just want to know about him.
As you walk up to unmask them, as you go to take the mask off, it almost feels like the mask is bound to their skin. And you can hear on the first one you grab as you try to rip it off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I talk to them?
You could try.
Who are you? Are you okay? How did you get here?
Who is that voice? I don't know. I was at home, and I wasn't feeling well, and then I ended up here. Where am I? Please don't touch me.
Ralia, this might seem invasive, but I feel like the best way to do this would just be to, like, understanding any like horrible thoughts that all these folks have and just making a decision based off that.
Yes, I thought the same. Ulazal, if you don't mind. Sir, if you truly believe yourself to be innocent, do not resist me. And I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts on him, the first guy.
The first one's actually a female, and they cannot be charmed. Is this a charm spell?
No.
No.
Okay, then you're good. What is it?
I initially learned the surface thoughts, so I'm sure it'll like work.
But what's the save?
It's a wisdom save.
Okay. That's a fail.
Which is when I probe deeper. So, yeah. Initially, there's no save. I learned their surface thoughts, so I assume it's
the
probably
surface
just
starts is scared, terrified, and having somebody trying to push at their mind makes them lock up immediately and try and resist.
Yeah, so then the failure on the save, I probe deeper. I gain insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, something that looms large in its mind. And if it succeeds, the spell ends, blah, 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 blah. So
Okay.
something that looms large in its mind.
You can feel the weight, and you can see images of this individual dropping liquids into drinks. There's flashes of strange elven people you're not familiar with. There's a funeral. It seems to be some royalty must have passed away. You can see this individual comforting whoever lost their wife. And you can see multiple individuals vying after this individual. The male elf that has lost his wife, and her mind comes back to times in the garden with this individual, and then back to the droppings of liquid into different drinks, and then back to the garden. And there's not no animosity towards the widowed husband.
Okay. I'm pretty sure last time we had, I can't remember the name of the spell, I'm trying to find it. I'm pretty sure we had telepathic bond up before.
Yeah, you did.
So I'm communicating this telepathically to my
Absolutely.
fellow people.
As Ralia is peering into this individual's mind right now, as you can hear some grumbles from the side, you can hear one man weeping. You can hear another one being like, "What are they doing? What are they doing with the head? What's happening?" They're getting a little jumpy, but continue.
I'm nodding telepathically.
And I can continue this for 1 minute.
Okay.
And another part of the spell is questions verbally directed to the creature, naturally shape the course of its thoughts. So with this information, I'll say, Ulazal, continue the questioning if you have any specific things.
What were you putting in their drinks?
You get the feeling, because you're peering into her mind, she definitely has some sort of training in regards to this, but nothing that Ralia's magic can't peer deep into. But, I was simply livening up their drinks for them.
Likely story.
Does that seem like a believable answer?
We can see her thoughts.
Does Ralia believe that?
No, Ralia. Well, actually, yeah, that's truthful. What she's saying is truthful. She also continues, What magic is this that you peer into my mind and violate my own inner sanctum? Are you the responsible for my capture? Her thoughts swirl between more emotions of fear and isolation.
I don't know if we'll get much more into this person.
So this is somebody who has been trained to resist interrogation, who is potentially poisoning people, or potentially, like, it seems like it's a personal thing. This person might have been an assassin, but I think they probably are just, somebody who's jealous. Might have been a crime of passion.
I want to get a better picture of everyone. I want to get a good overview of everybody before we start making any decisions. Hey,
Ralia, just utilize that for each of them. I say quickly before.
Did Vecna give us a time limit?
No, he's just chilling.
All right, word. All right, good. I just want to make sure
you can ask Vecna if there's a time limit.
I will. Hey, Vecna, Mr. Vecna, Lord, what's your honorific?
Lord of Secrets will suffice.
All right, Lord of Secrets. Do we have a time limit for this first trial here?
Not since you're engaging. No.
I mean, we don't really have a choice, so...
Well, if you did nothing, I would simply kill them in a few moments.
That's kind of what we figured.
So I'm just going to walk up to the next guy.
Yep.
All right, great. All right, cool. Good read on that. Got him.
And follow your mind. This will not hurt you at all. And...
Okay. Instantly fails. It doesn't even care. This individual doesn't even care. All right. So what's weighing heavily on its mind? You can see the final stand at Neverwinter, Nature's Hold, and you can see this individual fighting, and you see him stabbing into northern soldiers and cutting one after the other. And you see this big red beard as the familiar Mosnell's coming through and cutting through people on the battlefield. And you can see one of them, he's reaching out, and he's like, John, get down! As Mosnell just off with that guy's head. And when the Taras comes out, you can just see him scared to death and leaves. And you can see other soldiers going, get back in line! And he just tosses his helmet aside and he just runs away.
He's Cobalt?
That is what's weighing on his mind.
I'm starting to think they all are.
I communicate to Ralia telepathically. Before we get into further questioning, let's just get the major thing from each of them, I think.
Okay, well. Next person.
All right, this one is going to resist.
They're going to resist.
So tired of rolling like shit. Why do I always roll bad? Even when we're doing cards. How many times did I roll below a 5 when we're trying to roll who goes first? Every time is the answer.
Really low.
Okay, sorry.
You went first. We played. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter.
So.
I think I went first.
Yeah, Ryan went first, then you.
Oh, no, maybe you did.
First. Yeah.
I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I rolled a 10. He rolled a 9. That's right. Good job, Ryan.
Anyway, the next one, you can see an individual in his bed as he's embracing his wife, and you get that sense of this like love and warmness early in the morning. It seems like it's cold out and they're cuddling together, and the door slams wide open and you see a bunch of soldiers in what appears to be cobalt armor walk in and rip him out of bed, whip the wife. The kid runs in and they grab the kid and they're shouting, and you can see individuals reaching out to one another as he's taken, and then as he's put onto what would be a noose, you see another soldier coming in. It's this familiar captain that you guys ended up killing inside Tendor during the invasion comes over, and he shakes it off and he says, no. And then top of mind, the next thing he sees is he is on top of a pyre with him and his wife and child, and they light the pyre on fire before he was here. That's what's on his mind.
Move on to the next one.
Natural 20.
Yeah, that'll save.
So you only get the top of it.
Like the very surface thoughts.
Like, what is he thinking right now?
Worried. Where am I? Weird longing feeling in his heart.
I'm gonna.
This one is much bigger than the other two. So the one next to him, two seemed humanoids. One seemed elf-like. This one seems bulky and covered in all sorts of like robes and of fancy attire. The other one seems to be in like shitty, ratty clothes. The other one seems to be in undergarments of what you guys see in Cobalt soldiers wear, and the other one seems to be in very fancy, noble-like robes. That's all very important as well.
I'm gonna pop a squat right in front of him.
Yep.
And kind of be like face to face with him, and I'm gonna say
which one?
The last one, the large man.
Yep.
What are your sins?
Sins. Oh, we all have sins, my friend. We have sins. Where do I start? I mean, are we talking that time I forgot to give all, my patron donations to the poor, or that time I forgot to pay my due diligent taxes, or that time there's so much. You'd have to be more specific.
My friend can see in your mind. What is your greatest sin?
Make a intimidation check.
Uh, 17.
Well, if your friend could see in my mind, then you wouldn't really need to ask me, would you? I've had scarier people than you. Take me to town.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Okay. Is there
That's a charisma save?
All right, that's everybody, all four.
Let's see.
That's a 21 for the big guy. 19.
Anyone who scored less than 18 fails.
Okay, so the two in the middle fail. The two at the ends pass.
So this guy that we are currently talking to did
pass.
succeed.
No, he did succeed.
Bummer.
Yeah.
He rolled a 21.
Well, I guess what I'm really asking is, why should we keep you alive?
Death might be a good release for me. Oh, I don't know. Could keep living, could not keep living. It's not really for one to decide.
Why do you say that?
I say a lot of things. Oh, yeah, I do.
Whew.
You wish to go to the Raven Queen? She is very accepting and ready to take you, if you wish.
If I end up with the Raven Queen, count my blessings.
Why is that, sir?
Oh, it's just these. You're poking. These keep poking me. That's what they do. I tell you, there's not enough in this world that what I give for a good drink here to settle the nerves.
Sorry. So we've got Poisoner, we've got Cobalt Deserter, we've got someone who seems to have just been abducted and executed by the Kobolds, and then we have this person. Right.
At least from what we've gotten so far, he seems like a nobleman who is probably kind of a dick, maybe has a bit of regret in his life, but doesn't feel at liberty to share it. That's
Eat the
impression.
rich.
Jesus.
We're pretty rich, so
Yeah, that's also true. We are pretty up there ourselves.
I feel as though we've been pretty charitable with our riches. Using them to save the world and all.
Most of this conversation is happening telepathically, by the way.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Sure.
just dropping words here and there, so they're like, "What is happening?"
I mean, I see the choice that he would like us to make to end a life, but in my opinion, and I think out of all of us, I myself and Ralia probably have the most flexibility in our morality. I would say the third, the man who lost his family, I think it would be a mercy to let him join them. He was in the process.
I mean, we could even ask
He was on an execution pyre when he was taken.
I think it's worth asking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There might be aught he wants to live for. Lizal's right. There might be
I mean, that's fair. That we should absolutely ask him. But that's my initial impression is potentially. I mean, we as much as the anger makes me want to turn against the Cobalt, he did desert, and it's not my place to attempt at a second chance if he truly regrets those actions.
I think it's potentially worth wondering why these people are here specifically.
I'm assuming it's all part of the test that our gracious Lord has put in front of us.
It just seems odd. It just seems odd that these four specifically would be chosen for a trial.
Is it not also odd that he has the orb?
It's true.
It's just floating in his one good hand right now.
Yeah, I'm like,
he's just musing. And as you guys are talking back and forth, his one eye
telepathizing?
He's moving to each one of you who's talking. The eye moves with.
Even through telepathy?
Even through telepathy.
Yeah, again,
he did
not surprised.
He did ascend to godhood.
Oh, I am not surprised. Just making sure. Making sure I grasp the full craziness of the situation.
Yeah, no, excellent. Yeah, that's great.
My point was only that these four individuals might have had ties with Vecna to cause those specific people to be the ones that are here. I don't imagine that Vecna would just nab random people.
But
I don't think anything's beyond what
it may be. Yeah. It may be just that he seems to be a major. His affiliation is primarily with secrets, and it seems like they are all important because they all carry some sort of secret weight to them.
Correct.
Did we ask the man whose family was executed why the Kobolds executed?
You haven't even spoken to him yet. You haven't spoken to the second or third. You've spoken to the first and fourth. So would you like to ask him that?
And they both failed the zone of truth. So.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit in front of the second person first.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you join the Cobalt Alliance?
Because I was a fool.
You know what's up?
Why do you say that?
I thought we were doing the right thing. We weren't doing the right thing. His shoulders are slumped, his head is down. I mean, he seems to be lower than all the rest of the other four.
What do you intend to make of your life with this realization?
I don't know. I thought I was going to start anew when I got away from that battlefield. It wasn't worth it. And then I'm here. I don't know why. This is probably my penance.
Just as a thought for the last person,
Yeah.
or the man who was about to be executed and lost everything.
Third. Okay. Yeah.
There may be a good reason as to why his whole family was taken.
I mean, that's fair.
Just a thought. Our friendly friend here might be trying to make us feel bad for this man, but there may be ample reason for not.
Weren't they taken by the kobolds, though?
The second person is part of the kobolds, and he is truthfully, because he failed to the zone of truth, he truly regrets his stance in joining them. So, communicating with the group, my vote is that this man is not one of our choices.
Did he say?
I agree.
Say if we only needed to pick one?
He
Or-
said he said pick one, or he kills them all.
At least
That
one.
is our. Well, yeah. That is our choice of morality.
Let's just kill them all and get some karmic balance.
I feel this man understands the weight of his actions, and at least his blood is not on. I don't think his blood should be part of this trial. It should not be on. We should not put our hands on it.
We still do need to speak to the last man.
So I'll move over in front of the third man.
Sure.
What was your crime that caused the Cobalt Alliance to retaliate so?
Do you have my family? Are they okay? They did nothing wrong. They're not to blame.
What did you do?
We agreed on what I did. It is what it is.
But what? We are not those you made the agreement with. We are the deciders of your fate.
I know Escott's tricks. You're trying to get me to change. You told me how it is, and that's it. You promised me they'd be safe if I accepted it. I don't go back on deals with Escott Grandier.
This one's desperate.
You said you'd keep them safe.
Telepathically, I want to tell Ari something real quick. I want to say,
Okay.
Ari, ask him what the name of his wife is and what she looks like. Give me a description.
What is the name of your wife?
I will get it.
Just a brief FYI, I might have to step away in a moment because I'm having food deliver in
Sure.
a couple minutes.
Kaylin.
And what is her appearance? What does she look like?
My beautiful wife. You guys saw it in the vision, actually. But it's...
Oh yeah,
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, you saw it in the vision. Short brown hair. About 4'9" in stature, human. Shitty clothing. They seem poor.
I just want to
yeah.
look through this guy's stuff, see if he has anything like a picture of her or something like that.
This one individual in front of you is all just like torn, shitty robes. It
Yeah.
looks like from where he was, they basically put him into prison, whatever the prison garb would be.
All right. Well, I am going to try to scry on her, Kaylin.
Go ahead.
So that's a wisdom save.
That's a 6. I'm gonna kill myself.
That's a fail.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Fat L.
does the scry work?
The scry does indeed work. You can see this individual in one of the camps outside Tendorf with nursing her child who seems to have been injured during the collapse of Tendorf when it sunk. It seems to be nursing a broken arm. The child looks a little older than what you saw in that vision. Maybe a couple months to a year older. And you can see her hair was, I believe I said short in your vision. It is much longer now. And she has big bags under her eyes. It looks like she's been bruised as well. And there is a northern cleric inside there. One that you would recognize was talking to Bologna at one point at Nature's Hold.
What was the nature of your deal with that, Scott?
We all know the truth. I killed the royal family of Tendorf.
Then why did they choose to abduct you and try to execute you?
That was my crime. That's why I served my time. I imagine this is the afterlife. This is what I deserve.
So, communicating with the group. So he must have been imprisoned in Tengdorf. And then our attack had... Well, now he's clearly out of... He is here in front of us. He was attempting to serve his time for his crime.
He only committed the crime because he was presumably coerced. His family held hostage. I don't know.
Why did you enter this deal with Escott?
You see him struggling in the zone of truth right now.
Alright. I'm gonna step away for a moment.
Sure. Somebody else can take over. As he's responding. It's a deal you don't turn down when your family's lives are on the line.
Wolves offered you a deal that you couldn't refuse, huh?
If this is truly the afterlife, then I do not see the harm in agreeing with my judgment.
What is the last thing that you remember before you came here?
Being burnt at the stake.
With your wife and child together?
Yes. He promised me they would not be harmed. I think he was doing it to scare me. Or maybe wanted my last moments to know of what a fool I was. It was not enough. I could not just be shamed myself. He had to shame my family for such treasonous acts against Freya, against Tendorf, against their people.
I'm just going to telepathically say, if this is what this guy remembers, well, it can't be terribly true. His family is alive.
Well, you're an expert on altered memories. Possible.
I suppose. I mean, can't really do anything about that, unfortunately.
Run out of spells, huh? Only on the first trial.
So, we know the secrets of everybody other than the last one, who is just that he just seems like a dick. Does anyone want to try and push a little harder to try and get him to? Does somebody want to try and crack that egg, so to speak?
Yeah, Maz, I want to punch some people.
Thinking about it.
Bound and gagged people.
I'm gonna go up to the first person.
Sure.
I'll kneel, not kneel, but I'll kind of like crouch down.
Sure.
What is the last thing you remember before coming here?
Like I said, I wasn't feeling well, and I tried to sit down, and I woke up here in one of the gardens, the King's Gardens.
Do I know what that is?
Go ahead and make a history check for the King's Gardens.
She said here in the King's Garden. She thinks we're in the King's Garden. That's a 9.
Whoa, what if she's just a drug addict?
Then she still gets the axe.
This is so fun.
You're gonna do the crime, you're gonna get the time.
Everyone's like, I don't know. Seems fishy. Feels like there's more to this because there's that giant lich thing behind him.
Yeah, right. Like there's the possibility that literally everything we're learning right now is just fake information.
Never know.
I'm gonna go to second person.
Yeah.
What is the last thing you remember before coming here?
Like I said, shame. I'm a coward for not defending my country, but I did not want to fight. I left my brothers on the battlefield, but I cannot serve. I'm not fit to serve. I don't want to serve. Never wanted to serve.
But what happened? You were just running away, and then you were here.
Yes. Might have hit my head, or maybe when I made camp for the night, maybe. I don't remember, it's a bit of a blur. I just had to get away from that beast. It was horrid.
I feel that.
Which is interesting because that was like 2 months ago or something. That was a while back.
It was a while back.
So if that's his last memory, he was taken before that.
You don't remember?
Or he was taken before this moment.
Yes. You don't remember sharp pains?
No.
Hitting your head? Anything of the sort?
No. As one closes their eyes, I open them here. And this blackness, which is probably a proper fate for a coward.
I go to the third person.
Yep.
Same question. I'm just going down the line. Same question.
Yep. He's the pyre one, so he just repeats that.
Oh, so I don't need to talk. I forgot. I don't need to talk to him.
Okay.
Skip him. Go to the last one.
Last one.
Well, the pyre, he was taken from the pyre.
From the pyre,
which was months ago.
No, I'll go back.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the third guy.
Like I told the other one, I was burning, and then I ended up here.
You were on fire.
As traitors are meant to burn. All
I'm
separatists
going
will
to look at his body and look for like scorching burns.
Make an investigation check.
Okay, investigation. 16.
His feet look like they have first-degree burns all over them. All the way up the legs, probably past the knees.
Past the knees. Okay. I'll go to the next person.
Yeah.
Same question.
Us and a man entitled to his personal thoughts? You have no decency. I mean, some things, I don't even know who's in the room. You, I don't know what I don't know, you know?
Well, I think this one needs a little bit more persuasion.
Your life hangs in the balance.
It's a funny thing. Not of much value to me.
And why is that?
You do enough things one way or another, and it all stops being worthwhile. You're sent on a holy mission, and you sort of fuck it up.
Holy mission? What
For
sort
whom?
of holy mission for whom?
Oh, the sort that you fuck up, you just need to forget about. Don't worry about it. And hope their judgment in the afterlife is a bit kinder to you.
Well, if you won't tell me that, at least tell me the last thing you remember.
Lean in. Come close.
Okay.
It's too
Push her
embarrassing.
right into our telepathic bond. Yeah.
It's too embarrassing to tell.
Oh,
As he leans
You
back.
cut out.
I think your mic cut off.
Sorry.
I didn't hear you.
It's too embarrassing to tell. As he leans back.
Is that so?
It is so.
Does this guy have anything in his pockets?
You can check.
Does he even have pockets?
You can check. Make an investigation check.
Well, that's a 15.
15. Going through his pockets, you find a lot of coin. You find about 100 gold pieces in one bag, 100 gold pieces in another bag. You can find all sorts of notes from a multitude of individuals. It looks like he writes poems and poetry. It looks like he has some of them, a couple like messed up drafts where he has one name, but then he crosses out the name and then it's to another person. And there's a multitude of these, almost like templated to different people, these romantic love notes.
Excellent.
And these are just poems, right? There's not a secret message here.
You can make an insight check.
Right. Because, like, this guy is incredibly shady. So, like, I think he might do something like that to hide what he's trying to communicate. That's 17.
17. Does seem like there's something going on, but tough to tell.
Is Mosnell communicating all this when you conveying it all to us?
I mean, you guys can hear it, don't you?
Yeah, they're talking
Well,
out loud.
you have to like.
You have to actively tell us. You have to actively share it through the telepathic bond.
Right, and he
Then,
whispers to
then
him,
he's
so I figured.
totally not doing that, because Mosnell would definitely not be like, oh yeah, even though Ralia probably explained it to him. But he can do
No,
it
so-
afterwards.
Well, when he whispers,
I'm-
it would definitely
I'm-
be like, what did he see?
There you go.
You said it was too embarrassing.
Embarrassing. Okay. I'm gonna walk up to this guy.
Yeah.
Put my hand on his shoulder. I'm gonna cast Friends.
What's
There's no
the
save. But
No save. It just gives him advantage on a charisma check.
Oh, okay.
and then I'm going to cast Message. So telepathically, he will hear in his head. Trust me, between friends, you and me, nobody can hear. What is so embarrassing that you cannot tell him?
How did you How did you know what I said to the other one? I clearly did not whisper that to a woman.
That is what you think.
That could be true. You see, he's a little unsure. Give me a second. Oh, man. Well, let's just say I was in a lover's quarrel of sorts, and I might have been incapacitated in the most embarrassing of circumstances. If you catch my drift.
Yes, I am. But what exactly whisked you away here? Was it at that moment?
I couldn't get out, so what better way to take a nap? Woke up here.
That's
What
married
is your-
for you.
What is your name?
I have many, many names from many times. Any name you want. What did they most recently call me? I think she called me the most handsome man she's ever seen. Is that a good name for you?
Gag.
No, not really, and I cannot tell with this bag on your face. However, who is she exactly? Do you have her name, or is this something that you did not take in?
Oh,
Once a minute passes, he realizes a spell was cast on him.
Yeah,
and,
I do
and he reacts as such.
yeah. It's actually dropped, and you can see he doesn't give a shit. he's enjoying the attention at the moment. Oh God, was it Alex K Kanya Kalila? Might have been Island. I think it was Island. I think she said that. It was probably Island.
That certainly does not sound right. I don't say that to him. I just say it out loud.
Yep.
I do not know what to make of this. Does not sound any worth of execution, but he will not let me probe deeper.
I don't mean to be the one to throw a wrench in our train of thought here, but it may be worth considering that the one who we do choose to kill, all of their friends will know that we did it. If this person is influential, then perhaps we would be making some powerful enemies.
I'm going to walk up to Vecna.
Yeah.
You said if we chose none, they would all die, and the manner and cause of their death placed on us, known to all their closest. For the choice we make, will that still apply?
Yes, your indecision is just as good as sentencing them to death. They'll know the Chosen did nothing to save their beloved or hated individual, acquaintance, friend, lover, rival.
Yeah, it did cut out for the first part there.
Ah,
uh,
I don't know. What was the first part?
it seemed like you mouthed yes to
Yes.
answer my question. Okay.
Yes, they will know. Your indecision is the same as execution in Vecna's eyes. They will know that you decided to do nothing to save this individual. Their loved ones or their rivals both will know. Whoever's most important to these individuals, they'll know that you did something or did nothing to them. when you could have help.
Okay.
Or not.
Regardless of whether we make a choice or not, it's just, is it one or all of them?
What do you mean? Say that again. What do you mean by that?
So
we either choose
my
one.
question was, he had said if we don't make a choice, their closest will know of their fate, and they will know we were the cause of it,
Yeah.
either directly or indirectly.
Yes.
My question to him was, if we do make a choice, will that still apply? Will it be known to their closest that we were the cause of their death?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But do they know the logic and situation, or do they just know that we killed them?
He said that
They
wouldn't know of his
do.
involvement.
They have a general idea of the logic in the situation, from what Vecna has told you. They will give a decent rationale for what your train of thought was.
Well, I would say in this situation, I would say in life, I think this is a philosophy lesson for us. This is a case of where there's never really, very hard pressed to find black and white. There's a lot of gray. Don't think there's a real wrong decision here, aside from doing nothing.
You mean there's not a right decision?
Correct.
I think the best we can do is to make a choice, and I think it should be a mutually agreed upon by the entire group.
I question the truth of this entire trial. This Vecna, Lord of Secrets or whatever, clearly an undead, whatever he is. These people were whisked away 2 months ago. You believe him to have kept them in stasis for so long. Perhaps they are all already dead.
That was my mindset after we learned that dude was on a pyre getting killed for crimes. That's why I was asking all of them what's the last thing they remember. I wanted to see if they all had some sort of violence or something.
Because that's fair, because the second man, he just fell asleep and then awoke here.
I'm going to use Command Undead on the soldier.
Does not work.
Okay.
Okay, he's not.
I mean,
Whoa! He's not undead, but he might be dead.
So
That is. I am happy I've made you guys paranoid. This is great. I love this.
I don't trust it.
Good.
So, I think when we said earlier that it would be more merciful to kill the guy who was executed by the kobolds because his soul would probably pass on to a better place, that principle is the principle we should apply, I believe. Because I assume that whoever we choose will, because we believe all these people are already dead. Perhaps the one that we choose will have their soul freed from Vecna's grasp.
Perhaps
Or
they are dead. We don't know for sure.
we don't know anything.
It is possible that, I mean, he seems like a powerful entity. It is not unreasonable to think that he would have the power to keep an individual in some sort of stasis, or potentially even to reach through time and remove them from that moment.
I mean, Ralia can snatch someone's soul for a moment. Logical to think that if she were given the time and the ability, she would be able to do something like that.
are you doubting Raleigh's ability right now?
I just said she could do it if she had the time.
Do you wish to be the experiment?
As Ralia turns, eyes lighting up with excitement.
I'm pretty sure he is. Just for clarity, I think he's literally saying you could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Few things. We can't assume that the person we kill will go to a better place.
It's possible that our choice may
might-
leave them forever under the control of.
The person we kill, their soul might permanently be under the control of Vecna. Even so, where will their soul go? I don't know. Is it better? I don't know. We can't assume
Anything, really.
we can't assume killing a man will ever be a mercy.
I think at best
They die.
we should assume the worst, which is the person is alive. We are choosing to end their life,
Mhm.
and that we are likely foregoing their soul to I'm thinking of a word that I can't
Afterlife?
remember. The possession of Vecna.
Bad
We are-
guy.
We are foregoing whoever our choice is. Their soul is going to be forever under the possession of this Vecna.
What was his exact wording? He said if we do nothing, he'll kill all of them.
Yes.
And correct.
So what constitutes nothing?
If
We've
if-
been talking to these people for a while.
if
That's not nothing.
but however, Mosnell, if you haven't noticed by now, I say with my perception of 21,
Mhm.
I believe he can see I believe he has some understanding of what we are talking about. If you look at his eyes, whoever is making conversation through our invisible link, he knows. He is
You
focusing on that
hear
person.
a voice inside all your minds go, call it divine right.
My
Even
point exactly.
Even
And
so, that
I
doesn't
think
change anything.
the fact that we haven't made a choice is not necessary. I think he means if we were to sit back and not make any decision, to say we are just going to stand here and not make any consideration.
Did it seem like the four who are in front of us could hear each other when they were talking?
A little bit. Yeah.
So they're aware that there are other people, and they probably heard us questioning each one.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So I'll address the whole group and say, you've heard all that you've spoken. Who among you feels as though they deserve to die?
The Cobalt Soldier. The second one goes, I'm no hero. I could easily deserve to die. And then the one next to him goes, a deal was a deal. I was meant for death, for the safety of my family. The one on the far end, the fourth one goes, I'm too young to die. I'm too beautiful to die. But if it has to be, it might send me to some beautiful-looking queen of the ravens, they say. I bet she has the most beautiful of eyes, and maybe she needs some company. That could be better.
I giggled to Raulia through the link.
And you see the first one just says, I have a family. I don't want to die.
But this isn't a job for people to do.
Well, I'm going to make my argument. I think the first one committed her crime out of greed, or self-interest, I should say. She may not have felt true animosity towards this individual's wife, but she did what appears to be make the choice to end their life, so that it seems, based on the information we know, whether or not that's actually true. She made the choice to end this woman's life so that she could claim the husband, or for some reason. Potentially, there may be more to that. I mean, it could be that this male figure is a friend of her. The wife was an abusive person, or a devious person, and that taking them out of their life, I mean, having been part of the city of Tendorf and the world, there are those out there who are unable to find the strength to leave ones that they supposedly love, even if it might be in their best interest. So that's a possibility regarding the first one. We don't quite know the full context of the situation. The second person, I do not feel he should be a choice. I think he does have true regrets. I think he just needs to be given that opportunity at a second chance. He appears to understand the weight of his actions, and he is truthful in that fact. Third person, I'm unsure about. He committed a grievous crime, accepted his need to pay for it, and I mean, technically he would be the most likely candidate, but his family is out there. If there was a way for him to return, that might be reasonable. And the last person, I think, is just, I mean, we don't truly know his true secret. He just seems like a self-absorbed noble who's just a bit of a dick.
Feel as though
That's my assessment currently. Actually, let me
Yeah.
give me a. I'm going to walk up to the first,
Yeah.
the elf woman.
Go for it.
The wife that you poisoned. Why?
How dare you? How dare you accuse me? Nyla was a beautiful woman. She ruled with grace, and she is resting. She died of a rare disease, and I comforted my friend when she left this world. I would do anything to bring her back.
A rare disease called poison?
No.
Then what was it that you placed in those drinks? Exactly.
Drinks for others. Again, something to liven up their days.
You use this euphemistic way of speaking, though, liven up their days. But what does that mean, exactly? What was the intended effect?
I believe she euthanized her friend.
But she's saying it's not. It wasn't.
A
may not have been
a
poison.
chemical to change a person. Make them different. That's all it was.
Ah, that's so much better than poison.
You clearly have no understanding of how court works. Things are difficult.
So is this decision.
So telepathically, I'm going to say this is the only person with real intent. The others seem to have been either forced into a decision or they regret their decision. I can't say I really know what the final gentleman is about, but
You see him, and like every time you guys have been talking about, and you look over to him, like every time he seems to be dancing to a different jig underneath. Like he's humming a song now, and it's a different one every time you bring him up.
he doesn't seem malicious, right?
Give me an insight check.
that plus 10. Oof. It's a big old 25.
You've seen these mannerisms before, especially when people would come to confession to you, to Tyr. Definitely seems like this guy's running from something.
I want to gauge the truthfulness and like as much as I can when the first lady was refuting my accusation.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
That is a 12.
Yes. She is well trained at court. Tough to tell. There definitely was vile in her voice, though, at such an accusation. She was very insulted by it. Whether it was a show or not is very difficult to tell with that role.
So,
Oh my god, I love you guys
oh
so
my
much.
God.
This is so much fun for your DM.
We've spent an hour and a half on this.
I know, you don't have to spend this long, but you play the game how you want.
No, this is a real moral kerfuffle.
It's like the test is exactly as it's supposed to be.
Right. So, do we want to snap judgment and go with our guts and say that the First Lady is the most guilty here, or do we want to pry deeper into the fourth guy?
I don't like the fourth guy.
Can't just kill people because we don't like them, Muslim.
I know.
The problem is we don't. I'm most between the first and the fourth. The problem is we weren't able to glean enough information from either of them.
But okay, sorry.
The first one we don't know. We don't know for truly if what we saw is the truth behind what we believe. We saw glimpses and we made assumptions based on them.
That's really all we have to go off of, though, isn't it?
That's the unfortunate part.
You zone of truth, the two guys in the middle, and you guys are pretty sold on the two in the middle. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
the ones you couldn't
They're
crack
fine.
are pretty tough.
She's the only one who doesn't show any remorse. Even the guy in the end who we don't really know anything about is kind of like, he's like, yeah, I guess I could die. So he feels guilt, right? He
does feel guilt for something.
He did something and that he deserved what he got.
I don't think he felt any remorse. He just said death might be better. He didn't say anything. He hasn't even admitted to what he's done.
No one longs for death unless
I think death is too easy for that man.
Do you say that out
kind
loud?
Oh yeah.
You can see him. His singing stops. He's like, he's trying to make sense of who you were referring to, and you can see the head in the bag, like listening around.
Yeah, the most of this would be telepathic, but that was calculated. Spoken.
Don't mistake a readiness for death for remorse.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the same.
Seen it before and
See,
cornered it.
I think he feels guilty.
About some things, but maybe not everything.
You can make more rolls, make more checks. Here we go.
all right.
Decision
Let
time's
me,
coming soon.
Yeah, let me go over to the guy and I'll sit next to him.
All right.
put my hand on his hand, and I'll tell him that I know what it's like to spend your life passionately devoted to something only to find out that you were wrong the whole time. And I know how much guilt and remorse that leaves in its wake. But I also know that coming to terms with one's actions does more for your soul than continuing to struggle. You mentioned you were on a holy quest. What did you do?
Make a persuasion check. Roll high.
24.
Shit. You can hear the laughs. You start to hear tears. I was supposed to do something very important. Something very important for my people. I was one of 3. And I wasted it. I let them down. There's no turning back from what I didn't do. I can't undo it. And I can't make good on it. And he starts to shudder and stop and stifle a really like one of those ugly cries. And he goes, I see the star. And I'll never be there. I'll never make it.
Is that relevant religiously?
You can make a religion check.
So good at those. Let's go.
I know a star.
Oh, natural 1 for a 2. Man, that's on brand though.
Zahir and Timora both have stars associated.
The crying, roughing you up, dude. Man, you got him. You got him open, and you're on the win, and you can't even think about it. You're like, that's lost.
I just feel this guy's pain.
Yeah, you're locked in.
Is he putting on a show right now?
Make an insight check.
Oh, dude, that'd be like the 4,000 IQ play. The layers.
I only got a 7.
Yeah, I didn't know why you read that. Tough to tell.
If there's not,
go ahead and make
does he have any
check.
Is there any sign of a star on his robes?
29.
There are a multitude of stars associated with religions. Timora being one of them, Zahir being another one. Gods of Hope typically all have a star associated with them. That includes Fandar, and who's the other one? Another God of Hope, and also the Frostborn have a religious star as their figure as well.
That's certainly a lot of options. Perhaps you can probe deeper which star he means.
Does he have any stars on his clothing?
Oh no, definitely not. With you like going through them, this is clearly somebody running. Wouldn't keep it on their person. What they're getting away from.
I will be right back.
Go for it.
It's never too late to turn back to the God that you serve. Who is the star that you seek?
Long faded and long gone out. I think there is a time when you fail your God. There is no true low or low. You can tell a lot of his flamboyant confidence has fallen to the waysides.
So the point stands that the first is the only without regret.
Ulazal stands up, makes this telepathic announcement as you now have like 3 broken people in a row.
This sucks. So
You say she doesn't have regret, but we're not even sure what she did.
Surely she regrets the death of whoever that important person was, but
Well, she says she's not behind it, doesn't she?
right. But I mean, the fact that she still died is not great.
the jails are filled with people who are innocent. Didn't you know that, Masno?
I'm sorry?
There's no one in jail who did it. They're all innocent.
Huh.
It's all a sham.
It's all a sham.
All right, are we leaning towards anybody?
Towards the first.
All right. Any other takers on this thing?
What do you think?
What did we see in the first person memory again?
She's the assassin poison person.
She says that she was just it's just like social drinking, except like maybe deadly. I don't know. This seems weird.
Can I try to detect thoughts on her again?
Yeah, but the
Probe
DC
deeper.
should definitely go up higher now that she's used to you trying to get in there. So what?
You give her a plus.
She'll
something.
get a bonus. Yours is what,
Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. That's failed. So
I
I'm trying
wanna
to probe
know-
deeper.
Yeah, okay, so what can I exactly do? I think I can tell what her intentions are with the drink. The thing that she put in people's drinks.
That's what you're going for?
What exactly it does. Gain insight into its reasoning. So her reasoning for that event last time I probed
Status.
for the event.
Gain status.
So okay, it was a power move. She's a murderer.
Wow, that was quite the
What a
jump
jump.
there. She was. That's reaching. But it seems selfish in nature, which I guess could be considered bad. Like I said before,
She killed someone to take her spot in the social hierarchy.
we don't know that.
That's what we just learned.
We don't know anything for certain. That was only her intention. It could have, knocked them out and made them comatose for life or something. It couldn't have not killed them. It could have been non-lethal. We
Could have
have
made them more agreeable.
Yeah, she said it changes a person. I don't know what that means. That's very ambiguous. So,
You fancy wizard guys, you make people like you with spells.
Cast,
I think it's good.
cast friends on Mosnell. It's like, you already like me, Mosnell. I don't need to do that.
What do you what happened?
Friends. So you're
Friends
like, you
tried-
feel even more friendly than normal with Ralia.
Oh, but of course.
Just wink at him.
I am just shake my head.
Yeah. Mazo, you're just like, I could see myself as like me and Ralia best friends for life. Like, this is,
That's friends.
man,
for
Ulazal
life.
an area there, but man, and Bologna, I love everybody. It's just escalating that way right now.
I just love everyone so much right now.
Really?
Oh, man.
Maximum admonishment.
So if we were all to vote right now, who would you vote for?
Number one, 'cause she's operating off of selfish desires, and not that we all don't, but they're not necessarily going about it the best way. Yeah, it's a number 1. Does no one else have a vote? Because if so, I will just kill her right now.
As Bellona walks up, puts the crossbow right to her skull.
No, let's not. I don't think we have to do that.
What do you mean?
I think we just make the decision and we'll let Vecna do it.
Oh no. You
See?
get to pull the trigger.
I have a trigger. I have a literal trigger.
We're gonna need to have a talk later.
I have no interest in Tyr. Thank you.
You feel
So-
the will of the hunt being like, yes, yes. Follow the hunt!
Negative interest in Tyr
Yeah.
after this experience.
Yep.
Okay, so one vote
doing?
for one.
What are we doing?
1.
1-1.
I would say probably, though she did not commit a crime that is probably worth death, it is the crime that is intentional and with no regret. So,
Yes.
I agree.
Masno?
I don't like this game.
I don't think any of us likes this game. It's not exactly fun, except for
These
maybe.
aren't games, bearded one. This is what it costs for knowledge.
What if you reject the knowledge?
This is Reed, not Vecna.
All right. I
It's
stumped God.
no, you stumped Reed.
knowledge?
I think
What do
it's
you mean?
saying forsaking the knowledge.
Yeah,
Vecna would be along the lines of, without a pause, one does not get to choose the knowledge they gather along their journey.
I can see where you're coming from. Don't necessarily agree. Lord of Secrets.
Also,
You can tell he's not really in the pool of looking for others' approvals, especially more.
No, I know he's not.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
putting
no, he
that
does
out
not.
there.
you do you, Vecna.
You're the last hold-up vote right now.
Well, Ari has to vote.
He does, but he's taking so long. Hopefully he's okay.
I trust your judgment.
My judgment? Whose judgment? The group's judgment?
You
Me?
and
You,
Ulazar.
you're guilty
Ah.
all the same. If you push it onto your friends to make the decision for you, your inaction will still be recorded as a decision.
You don't gotta feel bad, man. I'll take the fall on this one.
No. It doesn't matter.
Mazan, you don't have to vote. It's fine.
Vecna is
No, I
thoroughly
think-
enjoying this, by the way. Your debate,
He-
loving this. He is.
He's saying that if Mosnell doesn't vote, then they will all die, and then their
No,
conscience will
I don't
you
think
know?
that's what he said.
No. He's saying if I don't vote, like, it will still go down that I decided on number
Yeah.
one.
If
Yeah.
you're trying to be, if you're
Right,
trying
it's a
to
group
be
thing.
morally, take yourself out of the situation. Like
No.
I didn't make a choice.
No, that's not what I'm trying to do.
I know, but that's his perception. I know you, Ryan, but from Vecna's point of view, you being like, I trust you guys is just as bad in his eyes of saying, I'm not making a choice.
No,
That's
I'm
the only
just
reason he
saying-
went in there. I know what you're saying is you believe in your friends to make the right choice. So your decision is with your friends.
Yes.
I'm
And
with
I'm
you.
not saying like I'm, I can't be.
Yeah, you're morally removed. Right.
I'm not morally removed. I'm with them.
Yes.
Is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. I get you. I was just role playing Vecna.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Ari, let's kill somebody.
Everyone
Alright.
voted for one. So
All right.
So basically, we probed a little bit deeper into one, and we found out that her intention behind committing her crime was to gain social status. to gain power within her social hierarchy.
It was just status. We don't know what kind of status.
I also,
right?
you don't know. I also want to point out to you when you search the fourth one on its body, the body did not seem to fit what you see as the person. It definitely felt different than what you saw.
Okay.
Like bigger, smaller.
He can ask.
The last guy was huge, so he's probably smaller.
So yeah, so he's got a smaller body than what he appears to have.
Nope.
Oh,
Other way around.
it's an illusion.
It certainly feels like an illusion, and the skin seems extremely tough.
It's Ragnar. Kill him.
Freezing.
I
Not Ragnar. Not Rag.
I communicate to the group. This is not his true visage.
All right.
He appears to have some.
Is that relevant?
It could be relevant.
I only wanted to add that because you searched earlier. You're at a 5 to 6 decision right now for 1. Don't let that information deter you. It's just information that was owed.
We discovered that he was like fraught with guilt. Like his sin is that he failed his god on some kind of quest. We don't.
We should probably ask the nature of his god, right? Like evil or good. You know?
It was the god of hope, is what.
Yeah, so that's good.
I don't know. What if he's hoping for evil? Just saying. Gods are cheeky.
This is the best try
Like-
ever.
This
Oh,
trial
trial.
sucks.
I don't want to kill people.
Bad that you guys heard.
Never thought it would take this long. I thought this was going to be like 3 minutes.
All right, Bellona's crossbow is to the forehead of number 1, by the way.
Yep.
She's
Wait,
like,
Yep.
ready to do this at this point.
Wait, I'm. Did you guys hear me at all the last couple minutes?
No.
What were you saying?
Okay. Did you hear me ask about the fourth guy's? Or you did because you responded.
Yeah.
That it seemed like it was an image.
Yeah.
I communicated that to the group.
Yep.
And not that it really changes my decision, but I'm just curious. That he has a magical visage, and that he is not currently in his true form.
Interesting for certain.
If one of you could potentially shed some light on his true form.
Did I take this
Spell magic?
That is what I am suggesting.
I cast Dispel Magic at 4th level on the guy.
His disguise goes away, and you can see the body is even more tone, even bigger. He's in all those robes, so it's very tough to tell what's underneath, but he almost like swells in size marginally. Not a lot, but marginally.
So I pull up his sleeve. What flavor of skin does he have?
Looks lizard folk.
Oh, yeah. Keep him around.
So 1 of 3.
I mean, I still am more in agreement as 1 as a choice. I was just curious to that.
Now we know.
Now we know.
Does our vote change?
That's our vote.
Harry, what do you say?
I as well. I'm in agreement with 1. First.
Alrighty then. I guess I will do this.
All right, roll an attack.
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Is there really any way that I miss?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. I'm gonna use the sharpshooter. No, kidding.
He'll really crank the damage.
Bologna goes off to the farthest corner and tries to shoot
Yeah, right.
target
She
practice.
starts to feel the tension as you're pulling the trigger. You can hear her just as the arrow's leaving, her be going like, "No, wait!" And the arrow
24.
pierces her skull, instantly killing her.
Soul Cage.
Counter spell, 8th level, Vecna.
Hey, that's an 8th level spell gone. Nice job.
Not for you.
Guess that's a secret we won't get to know.
As the other bodies disappear in front of you, the last one's on the floor as the blood bleeds out, and you hear Vecna. A fascinating choice. Carlia the Viper. She left quite a wake of bodies behind her, killing 10 of those young and inspiring nobles at court, hoping to be the next queen of Thenoin. Looks like her luck has run out.
We did it. We won. Hooray!
Carlia the Viper.
Oh, like a viper because she poisoned people. Nice.
Yeah. Can't believe she tried to lie her way out of that.
Pretty good.
Dang, we should have just made that decision.
I know. You guys had some pretty good rolls really quick on, and you were like, this is probably it. I'm like, could be. Not that the other ones were guilty or not guilty, but they were, you know?
They were all guilty, but like they weren't as bad about it. They like, yeah.
The feeling of the intention.
The intent, you know?
You might have got. You probably got a pretty rough one. You got a rough character there, probably. You might have made a really. Anyway, then her body disappears, and we're gonna do one more because I think this one will be quick before we take our break.
So you said about the last one.
That one, all right.
He gave us a trolley problem.
Yeah. Anyway,
You really did.
the next cost for knowledge, the cost of time. Many can spend their entire lifetimes chasing a truth, researching, dedicating their well-being. A pedestal rises from the ground, and you see this orb on it, these swirling greens and blacks. Give me time, your time.
I don't want to get older, though.
I'm already old.
You can leave it to chance, or you can decide how many years of your life you'd like to give me. Choose wisely.
All of us?
Oh, no, I'm going.
What do you mean?
I put my hand on the orb, and I say, I'll give you... Well, I would be... Since the start of the campaign...
Well, hold on, let's not be hasty.
No,
Some
this is happening.
live longer than others.
This is happening.
All right.
Since the start of the campaign, we've aged probably like 2 years, right?
Yeah, because you guys got the time skip benefit, so you didn't deal with the 5-year war.
So that would put me at 54. I am going to give... Give me 1 second.
1 second.
Do you say that out loud?
No. That was a Tellius answer. This is not a Bologna answer.
I'm going to give you the next 15 years of my life.
15.
Whoa! Why so many?
As you give 15 years of your life, you can see the bottom of the orb start to fill with a green. It's solid green color. It appears to fill very little with 15 years.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So is this,
Well, good news, I'm 69 years old now.
It's not how it works. You're still 54.
I didn't think so.
Oh, really?
It probably takes off.
It comes from the top. Probably.
Yeah.
This isn't the Matt Mercer Sphinx from Campaign 1. This is different.
No, it's taking years off your life.
There's a Raven
Right.
Queen here, Valkyrie here. She might see a different date above your head.
Wait.
So
Oh,
it's
really?
years off your life, not years of like servitude, right?
Yeah. What percentage,
Depends
approximately?
if you die.
What percentage did it fill?
Give me an insight check.
Well, it's an orb, right?
It is,
Does the
you
level
know,
change?
but
I mean, do you know how to calculate the volume of an orb?
Yeah,
Bro.
this is. Oh, in the middle might take more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take an insight check for a 24.
Looks to be less than a fifth full.
Oh, come on.
All right.
I'm just a gross little human.
Think about it like this: 15 years. Looks like it filled about 15%. So, by that logic, that would be 100 years. To
Wait,
fill.
are any of y'all elves?
No.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah,
I know.
it is.
I think we have a gnome. I think we have a gnome and an elf, but
Right
You're a gnome.
that's
Oh,
pretty.
wait, no, yeah, you're a
God, halfling, God, I'm not me this time. Yes.
But I would never ask my comrades to do something like that.
Where the heck did wait?
How old do elves live? how
Very,
old?
very.
How old is Ari?
I'm actually very young.
This is good.
I-
Fill the orb.
yeah, I was gonna walk up to the orb. I'll place my hand on it, and I'll put 85 years in.
As you put the 85 years in, the green fills up all the way to the top, and the orb and the pedestal go down into the.
I
little-
calculated that so well.
I'm only 73 as an elf.
What? You're a
I'm-
You're a
baby.
baby.
I'm a youngin.
How honorable of you.
Seriously, man. Appreciate it.
The next trial. It cost you dearly in your pursuit of knowledge. Such costs can create much financial burden.
What do you
And we're
need
going to
money
take our
for?
break right there.
What do you need money for?
So go ahead and think about you must give something of great value into, as he points by one of the tree sides, there is what seems to be this green liquid that they're all inside. Toss it into the green pool of water the trees are inside. So go ahead and think about it. All right, as we return, you guys are left with the option of give something of value into the River of Sorrow.
Let's start with money.
He's not interested in money. As you go to put your hand over it, you see him go, not a lot I can do with that.
Fair point. I was kind of wondering what you meant by that.
Picked up a lot of nifty things in this dungeon, maybe. Maybe he's interested in that.
Oh, I don't know what I got.
I have a mace of smiting. But I'm not sure exactly how much it costs, but it does special damage to constructs. Like a lot of special damage to constructs. So I will take the rare Mace of Smiting,
Yeah.
toss it into the river.
As you toss it into the river, you can hear this like acid bubbling as it goes in, and even before it gets fully submerged, it looks like the whole thing is dissolved. And you can see the really bright lime green glow of the acid dull significantly. But it's still glowing green.
Well, seems like I feel like stuff.
You've done enough, Ulazal. You've done enough. You've already given years of your life and a mace that I don't think I've ever seen you use.
I have this crossbow
Why do you
that
have
I've used exactly once this whole time.
Do you toss it in?
Sure. I cross in my light crossbow, and also my crossbow. Actually, do you want the crossbow bolts? I have 18 of them.
Do I look like I want the crossbow bolts?
I do.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she
The
always.
answer is always yes.
Okay, so I have 18 crossbow bolts that I apparently
Thank
have.
you.
Wilzel hands us over, pops the crossbow into the acid, and doesn't change color whatsoever.
I wonder if that's
Oh,
people.
It has to have. I think it has to have some sort of value to it. Whether.
Oh, but do you remember the time that I used that crossbow? That time, I think, Cragmore Castle?
Honestly, oh my god, that you actually did use the crossbow. I couldn't even remember.
I was tapped.
Nope. I could get rid of this flying carpet.
Well, I have this sword that nobody uses.
Oh, that's a good one.
Sword?
I'll
We have
toss
a-
the 9 lives stealer sword,
Ooh.
long sword.
Oof.
But
Oof.
that's really
Dims
good.
significantly.
That's a huge oof.
It is nearly white.
What did you put in?
The 9 lives stealer.
Oh shit.
You have too many swords, Maz.
Time to offload.
Yeah. He's actually doing us a favor
I like all my swords.
right now.
You haven't used it within the past 2 months. Are you really ever going to use it?
I've used all of them pretty.
I think he has. I think
Something
you're right.
of extreme value. Not
Does this
money.
spark joy?
That's what the River of Sorrow wants.
It wants your sadness and pain. My items. Yeah, the only thing I'm willing to part ways with is this flying carpet.
Do you put it in?
Wait,
Hang
No,
on a second
I'm
about
posing
that
it.
one.
I didn't put it in, I'm just posing it.
You know, I have an item that would be I think a fitting gift for the Lord of Secrets. And I look at him.
Mhm.
I grab a cloth
Mm-hmm.
and I use it to pull out the dark dagger.
Okay. Yeah. Even through the cough, you can feel a little bit.
It's like muffled.
Yeah.
And I just drop all of that in.
Aw.
Rip
Takes
Dark
it.
Dagger.
Rest in peace, Dark Dagger. You'll be sorely missed.
The water is almost stopped moving, and it's almost pure white at this point.
You keep saying almost.
Like
Yeah.
there's more people to give offerings.
I have
We're close, but not quite.
this cloak of water breathing.
That will be missed.
Are you planning on
Did you
going
put it in?
swimming
Are you
anytime
putting it
soon?
in the cloak?
I'm just taking it out.
Okay.
I also have this cloak of arachnophobia.
I would, if you don't want that, I would like to have that one.
Are you afraid of spiders?
But my favorite memory of Mostal is that time he just ran on the wall like Naruto.
There we go.
I mean, I also have additional items, but if it's looking for maybe something from each of us, we have plenty.
What else do I even own? I don't really own anything, guys. I gotta be honest.
Let's see. I have both my Iron Stone of Protection and then my Dancing Short. I can't really utilize the Dancing Short because it's an attunement requirement,
Mm-hmm. You toss
and
it
the
in.
Iron Stone is as well, but both of those are ones that aren't really in use at the moment.
Does this spark joy?
I think, at the very least, the short sword, with my bow, I really don't need a reason to be in melee range, I'll be honest.
I don't think I've ever used this cloak of water breathing.
Is it just a cloak that lets you water breathe?
Yep.
I mean, that might be useful situationally. You may not
Situationally.
use it, but it's definitely situational.
It'll be useful in this situation.
I'd rather give this up than anything else I have. I'll throw it in.
Okay. The water is at a standstill now.
What does that mean? Does that mean we can go in it?
No. It means like it's just about done. And some color comes to the water as well, this time blue. It's going from acidic to blue.
Alright. Guess I gotta figure out something to put in this river. Well, like I said, I don't really own anything, but
I will walk over to Bologna and I will hand him my dancing short sword.
did you just change my...
Hand
How did
her.
you do that? No. I will identify differently now.
Oh, Jesus.
Cool. Are you sure?
I really cannot utilize this sword to its full potential. I have other items that are of more benefit to myself, but it is quite the significant and rare item in general.
Toss it in.
It seems unchanged.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not surprising to me. I had a feeling this would happen.
So
It's
it has
alright.
to be something of significance to you personally.
Yes.
Did
Well-
you keep a diary in middle school?
Do I look like the diary sword?
I don't know. Haven't known you that long.
The answer is no. I have this glowstone that's blue. I don't even know what that is, but I have it.
You could toss it in.
I don't even remember what it is though.
You could try tossing it in.
It's just gonna explode or something.
Do it.
I have some unbreakable arrows. I'll throw the rest of those in. See what happens.
The unbreakable arrows?
Yeah.
It goes fully blue. The trial ends.
I'm the best. I only had to get rid of 2 arrows.
They did a lot of heavy lifting for you.
Yeah, they did. I was actually at the point where I was like, I guess I'll get rid of a crossbow because I have 2. Like,
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
that would have been a rough one, but accepted. It would have been accepted.
yeah, I know.
As you continue down the long, arduous journey of knowledge, there comes a great cost of thought. You need to share a secret of great value, or you will lose something of dear value to your knowledge. Share something significant or lose something significant that your character knows.
I will DM you something because I don't know if my character would know this.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, whispers.
You know, the thing about being in a party for 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of know everything about each other.
He's offering a secret. You're offering something significant to Vecna, not to each other. To Vecna.
Okay. Something that we know. Collectively. Okay. Let's see. What did we share any information to him previously? I feel like we shared a little.
We
Harry
shared a
did.
bit of stuff initially.
You actually find each, like, there are spotlights on each of you, and Ares is dim. Yours was already paid.
I mean, I gave a pretty significant secret.
You
What
did.
did you say?
I told him that the the God of Madness was not the one. I both told him that the God of Madness existed, and was affecting the world, but that there was somebody pretending to be the God of Madness who is causing the current climate.
That's a great secret.
Which that's literally only something Aerie know.
I'm trying to remember what this character knows that it could be considered a secret.
It's not a secret. It's knowledge.
It's just knowledge.
It's
right?
knowledge.
Yeah.
He's a god of secrets, but tell him something significant, or he's gonna take shit from you,
Right.
like your spells.
I will relay to him the history and story behind my crossbows. Who wielded them, what they were used for, etc.
Your light dims.
Etc.
Oh, so that must mean it must dim when a secret is given. Interesting.
Accepted.
Noticing that mine was already dim.
Just flipping through shit. Ryan, what the fuck do I know?
He's like, oh no!
Doesn't know anything.
There's always something of significance.
This is a
Or you
good brain.
you can be willing to lose something too. If you have nothing, you can go and say, I don't know, I don't have nothing to offer you. And just lose what you lose.
I will tell him that not only am I a follower of Tyr, but I also have the blessing of Tymora.
Your light does not dim.
Oh, come on! I casually visit gods. Come on.
That is of no value.
I know where the gate to her temple is. I know the temple is the gate to her plane.
Where
I
would
am-
that be located?
Interested in all of a sudden.
That is a very, very powerful secret. Who was all?
Yeah.
He leans forward, the orb staying. Where would such a place be that you visited?
Well, I believe it was somewhere beyond the astral plane. Or at least that's where it brought us.
We're all gonna die!
What is Zach telling
He's
you?
looking and still waiting for your answer.
I know, I'm thinking.
Don't play games with me, or I will take something of extreme value from you.
He's an older man. His memory is a little shoddy.
Sure, my memory is fading.
Seems like it's suddenly fated upon my interest.
I don't think that's what's happening. Well, I mean, it is, but I don't think he's
So-
trying to do anything.
He's kind of chained up, right?
Yeah, but he's leaning over you right now. Like he
Well,
could, he
yeah,
could, he
no,
could
like,
right
that's-
now, like
that's-
eat you if he wanted to.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I understand that.
Yeah.
But he's bound to this particular place currently.
Make it a perception check.
19?
Hasn't got off his throne yet.
Okay. The gate is in Phandalin. And it's protected by some puzzles.
The light turns off. I have an idea where that is. Mazan Ralia,
Oh boy. Venison's really good with berries.
Zach, I was gonna, before you went into that, I was gonna suggest telling the story of Orlith and her attempt to ascend as a Reaper.
He already knew that. She's the one
did he?
She's the one who brought him the orb.
Oh, I forget.
Mhm.
I forgot.
Yeah. Otherwise, that was my first thought too. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we killed a Reaper.
That's fair.
Well, does he know we killed him? Killed her?
I don't know. Why don't you try?
Oh, I know an easy one for Ryan. That would be good for Mosnell, but go ahead.
The Reaper Orlith fell at our hands.
Indeed. That's why she does not visit me anymore. The light stays on.
That's what I expected. Thought it was worth a try.
What has Mosnell done that is super exceptional? Something super different that nobody else did this campaign.
Exceptional.
Before I take something from you, I'm giving you the chance. So you don't feel like there was nothing.
Yes.
It was.
Well, if it's something I want to tell him.
True.
Ralia?
What do you got, Ralia?
Not a lot, to be honest. I mean, I can describe to him my familial connection, my heritage, and how they are connected to the Raven Queen, and their long lives.
In relation to...
What exactly are you probing for?
What kind of group was this and their affiliation with the Raven Queen?
I mean, it was worshippers. What else do you wish to know? I mean, I think you know very much so what I mean.
She likes to hide these worshippers from me, from my sight. Whereabouts did you practice that worship in the past?
It was around my ancestral home.
Your light goes off.
Nice.
Right. As he seems to be very confident in where he can pin that down. One left. As Maz is stroking the beard. Oh, what I have for breakfast, I figured that'd be just as difficult as this fucking shit.
I don't believe I have anything for you.
Oh, you sure, Ryan?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not really.
seeing him struggling a little bit, I'm gonna suggest to Mosnell, well, you did get close with the storm giants, and they are very exclusive. That's a fairly rare achievement.
I mean, I spoke to the storm giants. They helped us fight against the kobolds.
He convinced the storm giants to fight in the war on our side.
Interesting tidbit, but not one that helps me like all the other pieces of knowledge given. I applaud you for your achievement. As he pretends to clap, but he's missing his hand.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
It's fine. No, the light remains on, and you can all start to feel it heat up on you too, and it's turning green. The spotlight.
Mosnell, do you remember
you-
where that cursed axe was?
Come back from death twice.
Mazel, do you remember what happened in Skoberheim? I believe you've told me the story.
Oh, you killed me. You could use a hero action and hope to get guidance too.
That's also.
Listen to your friends.
Oberheim. Well, the lead
Ooh.
priest dude was killed by Orlith, though, so he probably knows that.
That was an interesting story. You are very difficult for her to control. Pretty sure, as he points to Eri, you left quite an impact.
That is true. You could, just as a suggestion, could tell him some more about Rhinez. That's
Nope.
not something she should.
Dude, it's brutal. You're killing me.
Is
There's one
there
that's
anything-
so obvious, so simple, obviously because
So
I
obvious.
thought of it, but it's so you. Like it's your character. It's a
there
big
anything-
deal.
there anything
Vecna
about the-
wouldn't know. I know
Anything
I'm
about the-
DM. I'm not supposed to help you, but I can't help it because I'm going to take something that's going to hurt real bad.
Is there anything about the spirit of the north that you can share?
Nope.
All right. Do you want to just then call it or use your hero action?
Nope. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
Oh. It's making a choice.
I don't want to tell him shit. I don't like this guy. Fuck him. I don't want to tell him anything.
I don't think anybody likes him.
Right.
Note.
I'm kind of banking on the fact that he's not going anywhere.
As he leans back, you don't remember your father. You.
Oh, he did. He did.
Whoa! That
Vecna
disconnected.
died.
Wow. What happened? there?
Mosnell's dead.
Who left? Did Justin? What happened? Oh, I'm not streaming anymore. Oh man, what happened?
I think you disconnected.
I did.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that was amazing timing. That was crazy. That was crazy. All right.
Rest in peace, Mosnell.
So did you hear me?
No.
No.
Oh, you no longer remember your father. You don't remember having a father. You don't remember your home. You don't know who raised you.
I don't remember my mother either.
You do remember your mom, and
Okay.
only
Do I?
sparingly. You believe you were an orphan when you grew up.
Damn. Do I remember anything about her being taken by the giant? Any of that stuff?
Yep, that's still there. It just seems like anything relating to your father is gone.
Okay.
Oh,
Masnell,
Worth.
you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Concerned at what he lost.
We're all very concerned.
I'm good.
The final trial. The cost of life. As one dedicates their life to knowledge, or the pursuit of it, eventually time runs out. You gave time in your pursuit, but at the end, all life is taken. And to gain knowledge, you must take life. One of you needs to kill the other. And then you may leave with your prize.
that's tacky. All this time to accumulate all this knowledge, and that's the best you can come up with?
That's was pretty unoriginal, to be honest.
I feel like that's something else God would ask us to do.
Surely you can come up with something better than just some mortal's inclination.
I see you wanting us to make such a grave choice, but being a master of secrets, the loss of such a life means any of their secrets are also lost.
You can make a persuasion check. Of what value are their secrets now that they're dead?
You yourself have asked us for secrets. What is to say we do not have more? They will be lost forever.
Not to mention the untold potential of our own futures. Surely you can tell from the knowledge that we have that if we're allowed to live, secrets we could learn could be of an even greater magnitude.
The cost is to kill one of the other. You see he has a very shit-eating grin on his face.
Didn't we already take a life earlier in these trials?
You made a decision to take a life from somebody you got to know that was of morality. This is your
All right.
cost of exit.
Alright. Well then how about this? You,
Their life simply needs to be ended, correct?
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to Ula.
Okay. Kill him in cold blood. Yes!
I'm
finally!
gonna quietly whisper because it seems our telekinesis is not as secret as we'd hoped.
Mm-hmm.
How many diamonds do we have?
Let's see. We got a lot. Like a lot.
Because if the cost
what happens when we kill the other person?
If the cost is a death, then if we immediately bring them back,
Being more literal, the cost of a death is about 300 diamonds.
that's actually a very reasonable point. 300 worth of diamond and a spell. We could offer it.
Yep, I suppose it's worth a shot. Vecna, you of all people should know the exact value of a life. And I'll hold up this 600 gold diamond.
That is a nice diamond.
If this is all it costs, this is all it costs. A life can be brought back and a life can be taken. If this is all the cost is,
A
then I
life
can-
is a life. What you do with your arcane gifts is up to you. The cost is a life.
yo, if only we had pets, am I right?
Hey, Ralia,
Yes.
what happens when you kill a simulacrum?
I don't know.
Would you say a simulacrum has a soul or a life?
I don't think so.
It also costs 8 hours to cast.
Yeah.
Just asking for future reference.
I also don't think I have the mic, but
Alright, Vecna, give us 8 hours.
Oh,
I
would
don't
you look
have
at
Ruby
that?
on Sunday.
It seems you have less than 2 minutes to decide now.
Man.
As you start to see like the walls closing in around you guys.
Oh. Can we summon something?
Not within.
Vecna, what will happen to us once we complete this trial? Will we be transported out immediately? You know, what happens?
You will leave my tomb.
With the body of the person we have slain?
Maybe.
Maybe. It's not much of a guarantee.
Almost like it's a secret. Justin's face like this fucking guy. Sorry.
So stupid.
Sorry.
So, I am going to take 1 minute, and I'm going to cast Conjure Celestial
Okay.
at 7th level.
Okay.
And let me send you a list of the
Yep.
creatures that I can summon,
Okay.
and you can decide. And then I will have words with that creature.
And then we kill it! Easy.
I mean, it's either that or us. Unless anyone has any better ideas.
Sorry, I'll sacrifice myself for the cause.
No, you won't.
You don't know me.
There's that list, boy.
I'm working on it, buddy.
Walls are closing.
Hold on. I gotta find the right file. Heck. Heck.
There's about to be 6 dead bodies.
Joke's on you. I'm immune to death.
It's under my immunities list.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm resistant. What does that mean?
There you go. I just sent you a...
He's only mostly dead.
You're only mostly dead.
Yep. Thank you,
You
right?
can summon stuff at that high.
Yeah.
Wow.
CR4 or lower.
Wow.
Well, actually, some of that I can only do if I cast it at 9th level. So the third one down and the first one I can't
You
summon.
can't. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so you summon one of those?
Which one?
I decide, right?
Yep. Right now you do, because this is the first time I've ever done this.
Unicorn appears in front of you.
Whoa!
Now,
Is this what
Now?
we're
This is what we're doing?
Is this what we're doing?
unless anyone else has any better ideas. Also, this thing can speak Celestial, Elvish, Sylvan, and it has telepathy.
Yeah, it's a unicorn.
I feel very uncomfortable right now.
I am going to pull out my dagger of venom and walk towards the unicorn.
Oh,
Harry, you monster!
the unicorn sees this and it's in already a fit of like worry as the walls are closing down. It turns around and sees literally the most evil freaking creature in the world smiling
my
down
God.
like ugh.
Oh
And
my
it turns
God, no.
back to you, Ulazal, and you can see the unicorn into your mind. You can hear this strong female voice. What is the meaning of this?
It costs us a life to escape. I was hoping that you could help us decide.
You call on my aid from my realm to take my life.
Or access some of your wisdom. Do you have
Which
an idea?
is it?
Well, I would
Are we
prefer
friend
that
or
it not-
foe?
I would prefer to be friends, but as you can see, I'm in a bit of a bind.
To no fault of my own.
Absolutely.
Sassy unicorn. I love it.
You
So everyone
didn't.
else
You
have
didn't
it.
ask anything to it. Like you didn't keep going. If you want a response from the unicorn.
So I'll say Vecna has given us the task that one life must end before we leave. How can we get around this?
A life is a life. If that is the cost, then give him what he costs. She rolled really low, so I'm sorry.
Vecna, can you promise me the soul will be mine, not yours?
A cost is a cost.
Yes, the life is the cost, not the soul. The soul is mine. Can you promise this?
How confident are you in your beliefs? Will she protect you?
Very much so. She has done it for generations of my family.
Then there is no worry for you.
I'm just looking between the unicorn and Rock. Not
Just like-
sure where this is going.
Do I stab it?
Fucking Ari, who's dying?
Oh, gotcha.
Ari is not uncomfortable about making hard choices.
Well, is not normally, but this is a unicorn.
Oh, please. You were going to murder one of us before you killed a unicorn?
Maybe.
1 minute.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, you guys literally freed a unicorn to start this dungeon.
Yeah.
Is this
It's the same one.
Oh
No,
my god.
no. I was thinking about it. Small chance, but no.
I'm going to telepathically ask Ralia, what's your idea? What's your plan?
Well, I do not know what forces protect you or any of our other companions. There are two options here, I think. Well, three, I suppose. You could either kill the unicorn, which I don't know if that's the best option, or if he would even accept that. Two, either I can try to contest his magic with my own, which I don't think is possible, really. Or three, I give myself to the Raven Queen and she protects me from him.
Or you're not going to offer to die right now, right?
It is what I am saying.
Sounds like what he's
Uh,
saying right now.
And the Raven Queen will protect me and you will bring me back.
We have the power to do
That-
so, but
That was my suggestion, or that's what I was trying to go towards.
It's very difficult to determine whether or not it'll actually work.
I believe in you,
30 seconds.
and I believe in what I've seen.
I believe even if it doesn't work now, we have the means to make it happen later.
Yeah.
20
Raleig's gonna
seconds.
take out her ceremonial dagger.
Wait, Vecna, one of us has to do it, right?
He said one of you has to kill the other.
Yes.
Do you have a preference, Ralia?
I don't know. Either Ari or Maz, and I'll make it quick.
I
Mary.
will
Stop.
I will walk towards her.
hmm
I will say a prayer to the Raven Queen.
Make a religion check.
I will motion Ulazal to get closer.
25.
I'm gonna ask the unicorn to come over here.
Okay. It comes.
Can you help us? You know, we're going to have to do this, and she's decided that she's the one to go.
I'm going to use my hero action.
Sure. Go for it.
I don't know. I don't have my percentage. Oh, I got him somewhere.
The unicorn. I don't. It can be there for you, but I'm not.
No, I just want to. I'm asking for a celestial pack mule right now. Okay,
What does that
just put
mean?
the body on her, so when we get teleported out of here.
How long does that last? How long does this thing stick around for?
That's a good question.
It doesn't go away. You just have one now.
Up to an hour. I have
All
it for
right.
an hour.
All right.
That was a 69, which is ironic because part of
Nice.
that is take a hit for somebody.
That-
Wow. It was fate.
Boy, if that ain't the Raven Queen telling you something.
This turn gives you an extra support action, aka take a hit for someone.
What are the odds?
I am going to bring my dagger up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say, "See you soon," and I'm going to expertly slice her throat.
Throat. Oh, that's brutal. As you cut her throat,
It's one of the quickest ways to die.
you can feel the searing pain at first, but then it grows dull. The way areas cut you, the blood rushes quick from your throat, and your body goes cold. And as life leaves your eyes, all of you are outside Broken Hill Cave, with Ralia bleeding out, and floating above you guys is the Orb of Internal Harmony Fire.
I
You
cast
sit-
resurrection. I cast resurrection at 8th level.
Resurrection?
Yep,
You could do a revivify.
I'm casting resurrection.
Okay. I bet this takes an hour, doesn't it?
That sure does. I'll cast revivify.
Okay. Yeah, that's the only reason I was asking. I'm like, go ahead and roll a d20. This is the first time Ralia has died, so the DC is set for that. Does anybody want to help Ralia come back?
Yeah, I use my hero action.
All right. Go ahead and see if that does anything.
51.
What does that do?
Which, take an extra support action to heal or take a hit for somebody.
Roll a religion check with advantage and add 5 to it.
Ooh. Okay, we have a natural 16 here, and we have a natural 18. Ooh.
23.
Well, my religion's +2, so
26.
25.
that's a dirty 20 plus 5, 25. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna
Anything
live.
else? Make-
So I got a 15 on the roll,
okay.
and I'm using my hero action, and I got a 95. So this turn, you may take another attack or gain insight into solving the desired conflict.
Attacker.
You can make a
Religiously.
Smite her.
a religion check with tier and add 5.
Thanks, homie.
Burning your hero action is giving you that extra 5
Yeah.
to the roll.
Oh, I rolled good.
I'm going to motion to Morta. And I'm gonna say directly at her, because I believe she's a conduit to the Raven Queen, and I'm gonna say I hope that you understand the nature of her action.
Make a. How are you? How is this trying to aid in bringing her back? What are you looking to do here?
I'm trying to appeal to the Raven Queen through Morta.
Make a persuasion check.
On the religion roll, I rolled well. I got a 19, so that's +1 for my normal modifier, so it's 20 plus 5 is 25.
Nice. All right.
And then I get an 17.
All right. Ralia,
Mhm.
as you open your eyes, you find yourself what appears to be a palace. Inside the palace, there are it's very gothic looking, and inside it seems a little devoid of color. As you look around, momentarily you have no memories, and what you have on you are the most plain garments. You can feel a nervousness and anxiety and fear welling up inside you as you feel lost and alone and unsure. You feel a warm touch on your hand. As you look beside you, you see a young, maybe 14-year-old girl with pale skin, and she puts another hand on top of your hand. She looks up to you, and you can see these clear purple eyes looking directly into yours. And with a smile and a familiarness, you feel this instant trust, even though you cannot remember anything else. She puts you at ease. Ralia, you did well, but you have much more to do. As she walks you through the throne of the Raven Queen, you walk over to one of her many fountains inside here. She takes a bowl and fishes out some of the water inside. It looks pristine, and you can see right through it. It almost is tough to see if there's any water whatsoever. As you sit with her, your memories start to come back to you. Your life, your sacrifices, your successes, your failures. And in front of you, you can see, patiently smiling, is this 14-year-old girl. And as she looks to you, you can stay if you want, but there are many things for you to do. Do you wish to go back?
I do, but I ask one question. Is there a greater purpose we need to resolve before I return? Is there anything you would ask of me directly?
There is a great storm brewing on the horizon. The thing you call madness in your world is beyond my vision, and nothing is beyond my reach. I ask you get to the bottom of this, as nothing can outrun death, not even madness.
Give a very accepting nod.
All right.
And get ready to do whatever she's gonna do.
She motions you to drink, and as you drink, you wake up with your friends around you, and the slash on your neck completely gone with no scar.
Ooh.
And we can change over the music.
Woo!
As you guys have completed the cave.
I'm going to grab the orb and
Yep.
pull it down.
You feel heat emanating from it. But there's also this like awe as you touch it. It feels so much bigger than you. And it is...
What do we do?
It makes your
with this?
mind swim.
Guys, can we put it in the bag?
I asked the unicorn, do you know where this is supposed to go?
Doesn't the unicorn know shit? I have no idea what that is.
It seems I dragged you out of your home for nothing. I am extremely sorry, and I hope the next time that we meet, it will be under better circumstances.
I agree, and I hope to aid you in battle the next time you call upon my services.
Certainly.
Do you dismiss it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unicorn goes away.
We can't put that thing in the bag of holding, right? Because like weird things happen when you put magical things in. Well, is that just the?
So, from a metagaming perspective, We absolutely can. The Water Deep group. Oh, hello.
Yep.
What's
come
that?
back. Is it me?
Okay.
Could be me.
No,
I think it's Discord.
it's only anything else that creates a pocket dimension
Okay.
that becomes an issue when you put it in another pocket dimension.
Right. The black hole creator. Right.
Exactly. It creates a black hole into the astral plane.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
you put a bag of holding inside of a bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Or similar item. There are other things that do the same effect as a bag of holding.
That's
Okay.
From a character perspective, we have fucking no idea.
So, like, are we gonna hot potato this thing around?
I mean, we have to put it somewhere safe. This seems very, very important.
I mean,
Char's gonna be so fucking happy.
Wait, actually, let's just go to the stronghold. This is what we came back to do.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Where's the stronghold?
To Nature's Hold. That's what our planet was. We were gonna explore the cave and then go back to Nature's, make the trek to Lianzhao
Six is fine, I like it.
or Jingzhao. We
Do
can.
we-
I mean, we could bring this to Brian, and I think she could probably figure out a much safer place for this to be.
mhm.
Do we have a way to get there quickly? I'm helping Ralia up to her feet.
Ralia is not paying attention to you whatsoever. She's thinking,
Hey,
Well,
we need
yeah.
you.
yes.
Can you-
Yes, we can go teleport to Nature's Hole. Teleports everybody.
Boom! Inside the teleport room, inside Nature's Hold, you, as you're in there, you actually see Eve with her staff looking at the teleporter for Strongclaw and fixing the runes. It looks like it's been completed, and you can see Kane next to her, who just sort of laying out sprawled, his swords at his sides. It looks like he's been bantering with Eve and she's been ignoring him.
Eve, where's Bride?
You see her look over. Oh,
As I'm holding the orb.
she is in the south right now, settling a dispute with...
This is a very big. We don't know what this is, but it's big.
How did you get that?
It's
Stole
a
it
very
from-
long story, but we got it from a god thing person.
We killed someone for it.
I believe you. She goes over. She goes over.
Like,
Someone.
is this safe to put in our bag of holding? I don't know.
Arcana check.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
He was so godly.
As she comes over, she's like, let me see that.
I will gingerly hold it up
As
because I have no idea what this thing can fucking do.
As she picks it up, you can, like, the little bits of rope she has, you can just see, like, the wind blows them a little bit, like a whole essence hits her a little harder than it hit you guys when she touches it.
When the orb hits just right.
when the chosen revive Shalimir unintentionally.
Oh my god.
You see her. Wow. This is. Wow. I'm a little too low for her right now, but whatever.
It's okay.
This can be stored in pocket dimensions. Your bag of holding would be fine to keep this hidden, but this is a legendary artifact of the Maze Walkers. It was said all four of these were used to strike down the evil god that once bound the Minotaur race to evil.
Oh.
Of the gods, this one belongs to Pyrock, god of fire. Does she know? I know.
She has to know.
She doesn't know Charnook's connection to it.
Oh, yeah, no, she would.
I don't think she's ever talked to Charnook.
She notices a Minotaur, though.
She does.
No,
Sure.
we talked to her briefly.
At the mountain.
When she-
yes.
Yeah,
When
when
she
she
sent you
told them
after
to get the element, to get the
air one. When you guys went to get the air one, which I was about to bring that up, but I was trying to make sure she didn't directly be like, this
Yeah.
belongs to him.
She told them to get the Paragon of Light, and she
Yep.
could revive Shalimir.
And she looks, I sent your counterparts to go find an orb similar to this. I saw it in a vision, and it was the orb of elemental harmony air. They have yet to return that to me. But with these comes great power. Power mortal hands cannot utilize. Natural 20 get you that. We must keep this safe. In the wrong hands, these could have dire consequences. You see Kane. He stands up and just like goes up over to Maz now. And you're hearing in lizard folk, but you get the sense of like, hot damn, great job!
Thank you, my friend.
Oh my God! I just thought
Yeah.
the Waterdeep crew is gonna go back with the orb of air.
Yeah.
And potentially be like, oh, by the way, here's your orb, Charduk.
Unless we take it, and then it's just gonna be in our bag of holding until the end of the game.
That would be hilarious.
But that's the logical next step.
Eve knows where it is now.
Okay, this is fine. We're just gonna play. Oh God.
A game of telephone between the two different groups.
Speaking of the air orb, I needed this from the vision from Mugdis. In exchange, they requested I would revive their dear friend Shalmir that fell when we all battled Orlith. That requires a magnificent diamond, one of value that exceeds most normal diamonds.
You mean like this? And I pull out
How much is it?
a 1,500 gold diamond.
Nope. If you look at the spell, it requires a 25,000.
So is this true resurrection?
Yep.
Where do we find one of those?
You find that deep within our caves back home in Strongclaw.
Oh,
Those
looks
are
like-
guarded deep within. Cain cannot go in like he did last time to get a gem of that value. One of you would need to pass the trials of the strong or the path of nature.
Did you say bug this earlier?
Yes.
I'll go with you.
Actually, that was a whole. How many people can undergo the trials? The strong. Out of curiosity.
Realistically, because of Bellona's connection to Mugdis, she would probably be one of the only ones capable of completing the trials.
Damn it.
But you could
I wish you could
certainly
go, buddy.
try. If you can break through the barrier, then you're welcome to the trials.
Haven't we
Ooh, I'm gonna.
been to that barrier, or no?
No, Kane walked through it and came back, and he was like, "Hey, I found some of these shiny things," and he did
Oh,
a
that's
shit
what it
job.
was, yeah.
So, reading the spell, it says diamonds, plural,
Yeah.
worth at least 25,000 GP.
Yeah,
so it
but
doesn't
I'm a
necessarily.
dick, and I need a
Okay.
single one for Shalmir because that's a player character,
Okay,
and that makes things narratively more fun.
sure.
And then we can't do any trials if we do it that way.
Okay.
No,
I don't have
I
I don't have nearly that much, but
Yeah,
I like my trials. I want this.
okay.
I'm about this.
Anyone can try it, though.
Anyone is certainly free to try.
Even if you can't get in Mosnell, it'd be nice to have someone to have my back while I'm there.
I would love to help you.
Well, I'm quite literally leaving now to check on Strongclaw, but If you have other things you need to do, I can
Nope.
wait.
Well, we
We
do kind of have to establish our whole thing at Jingzhou.
You do.
That was literally our next plan, was to come back and then go there because we have people waiting in Nature's Hold for us to go out there.
Can't you just go without me?
I mean, that's a possibility, but do you really want to face the trial?
The trial will take less than half a day if we get there unimpeded.
She's making a great argument.
We've all been there, so we could potentially go there.
You're in the teleport room next to the pad that will take you
Yeah.
exactly to the room where the door is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. I'm not saying go do it, but your decisions have led to this process where I'm like, well, fuck me, all right.
Well, first things first, I gotta take the orb.
Yeah. She has it.
Should we leave this with you? Should we take? I mean, it needs to be somewhere very safeguarded. We are a very capable group. I can't imagine there's many more limited to either Brian or that Blackstaff who would be
Ryan
capable
may
of
have
protecting.
other ways of keeping some of the most sacred artifacts safe. There are vaults here that I've come across as well I could not crack into, even with my curiosity. This is something you may want to discuss with her when she returns. We might be able to store it there. But in the meantime, I see no harm in you keeping it on your persons in your bag of holding, or I can keep it inside mine. As she motions towards one of her own bags. It looks very different from you guys. It almost looks like just a drape, but it's got the tiniest little pocket on it. And it looks like it's supposed to be part of her clothing, what little she wears.
I mean, I'm so conflicted because
Do
Hunter
it,
wants to do something different than Airy.
D&D's getting good tonight, baby! Lots of hard character decisions!
I mean,
What would Ari do?
my suggestion is that we hold on to it. I feel like there's very few that can really contest us.
Who?
I agree.
Yeah, who? We killed Escott. We're the best.
I trust your judgment.
That's kind of, yeah. All right, I will take the orb and put it in Ulazal, in the bag of holding on Ulazal.
All right. It goes in there, and then the bag of holding disappears forever.
Alrighty, that's going in there. Along with
Elemental
the
orb
C3H5.
Oh my god, not that.
All right.
Alright, first order of business done.
Do you wish to travel?
I do.
You see Kane gonna go home, takes up his swords. Let's fucking do it.
I mean,
Do we need to go today? I'm pretty tapped.
well, if it sounds like it, some of us may not even be able to participate. This might be a solo or duo adventure. I don't know. I mean, because I believe I tried to get toward the door and I was not allowed to enter it.
Correct.
So I know I will not be able to. So this may not be something that all of us can undertake. Maybe the rest of us will just have to keep watch and.
Yeah, I mean, if it takes only half a day, it only takes half a day.
What time is it?
It's from 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Because you guys were first thing in the morning, let's go check on Vecna! Bright and early!
Yeah, if it's amenable to you guys, I don't mind doing this solo or duo if Mazda wants to come, and then, heading back once we're done. Do you guys have to take care of anything, Eve, outside of these trials? Or are we good to sort of head back here once we're done?
We can head back. I'm getting a sense of where our town is at right now. I've been having distress visions of problems back home, and I want to investigate them.
You'll be able to send me back today, though?
In what way? I hope we're not going to be walking into the army of madness again. Or
It
as you
seems some of the leftovers might be desecrating our city.
I mean, while you guys are doing the trials, the rest of us can try and assist you with clearing them out.
That would be most appreciated. If that is
We
the
also-
case.
We also need to restock all those germs.
All right. You guys ready to teleport?
Yeah.
I guess.
Should we rest first?
Hey, you teleport. Everybody on the pad, come on.
Okay.
Let's
You're not going through trial, please.
Right, but I have to fight a lizard folk zombie army.
You'll be fine.
We'll be
You're
fine.
chosen. You're
I'm chosen, they
There's
say.
nothing wrong with splitting the party.
Okay. To be fair, it's only one person.
All of Ralia's
One,
spells are
possibly
chosen
two.
to be used already, so
I'm casting Spirit Guardians at 8th level and nothing is coming near us.
Yeah, just stand all next to each other. You'll be fine. Plus, you have a level 20 cleric in Kane, so it's not like you're
that's true.
boned.
All right,
You're
as you
probably
guys
best-
teleport, as soon as you hit inside this area, you see like all the gemstones and beautiful nature of it. Besides, it was like Batcave, think, with all these teleport circles, a gigantic gate, and then a smaller one next to it, and a bunch of like spike pits that Ulazal ran over, pulled a giant ruby out of the wall, and he was like, "Yeah, bitches!" as he came back.
That's great.
It seems like all the gemstones are gone
Oh.
as soon as you enter in
Aw.
here. You can see Eve and
Can
Kane
water deep people.
are both on edge as soon as you get in here, and they're looking around, noticing things are different. As soon as you are inside this room, there's like this feeling inside the land as it almost like your presence brings it back to life a little bit as you're all back enter in here. One of the creatures that was laying on one of the pads inside here, it's some dinosaur looking tiny, it's a copy. As it gets up, it just starts running away from you guys as you startle it in here. You are inside the teleport room of Strongclaw.
So the doorway's like right over there.
Yeah, there's a gigantic one that's made out of all these like vines and hard bramble and like tree roots. And then there's another one that Kane walked into last time that has the symbol of Mugdis over it. And that one actually has a pathway you can walk to. Where the other one's more around the spike pit. Is
I
blocking it.
imagine the two of you should make your attempt, and the rest of us will await your return.
Right on. I'll send you, I'll send you Aurelia a message once I get out.
Before you go in, is there anything you might need?
I'll give you a greater healing potion.
Do you have an extra magic attunement slot? Because I have an item you could attune to.
I do, actually.
I will hand you.
While you prep, I'm gonna go pee real quick. Be right back.
I'm gonna hand you my Ioun Stone of Protection.
Ooh, Airy, you're too kind.
This will be a nice item that you can have just to give you a little extra boost while you're in there.
Alright, I see you.
So it takes an action to activate, but while it's active, it gives you +1 to AC.
Neato burrito.
But it can be targeted.
Psh, targeted, schmargeted.
If
Is
Reed
Mosmal
remembers-
going as well? Or
I'm gonna
I mean-
try to.
Yeah.
are you
Whether or
attuned?
not
How many
weapon-
things are you attuned to right now?
Two.
3? Can you forget one of those and take a ring of protection?
What does this ring of protection do?
+1 to AC and saving throws.
I can get rid of one, yeah.
He's just like, get rid of one.
There you are. It's not an engagement ring. Just keep that in mind.
It is now.
All right.
Bologna. I think Ralia just proposed.
Oh wow, I missed everything. As
no
you,
idea how to navigate that.
Are you
Why are
guys?
you up here? What are you doing?
Are you guys going up to the door?
So I just gave Mosnall my ring of protection.
Okay.
Yes.
As you're going up to the door, water just starts pouring down in this constant waterfall. As you can actually see like one of the symbols of Mugdis on the door as you get close to it, as the walls continue to fall down and down. Passing through the threshold, Bologna, you find no resistance. Mosnell, I need you to make a religion check.
Oh shit.
Natural 20.
Religion?
Yep.
Am I able to help him with that?
No.
16.
Do you want to use a hero action to try and get in?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Go ahead and roll your hero action.
A man of many deities.
13.
What does that say? It might
I
not be
have
low
no idea.
enough, but that's
Regain
really
all short
low.
rest abilities.
Regain short rest abilities.
Rage.
Roll again. Keep rolling until you hit a certain area for this.
Okay.
I'm looking for a binary win-loss here with your
Okay.
16.
All right. 85.
Which one is that?
That's the take another attack action or gain insight to solve.
Gain insight to solving a desired conflict.
How do I get into this door?
Moslin, you just walk through.
As she's like halfway through, do you reach out and grab his hand, Bologna?
No.
Oh, brutal. As she's just staring at you, failing.
Like, why would I? You just walk through.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
It's not hard.
I'm just like,
Yeah, you're going really slow. You've like, you're making it through though. You're getting through, but not all the way yet.
I love this picture of Bologna just being like, do, 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 do. Must have been.
You were pushing so hard through it. Insight into the given circumstance.
Yes.
Oh, it's tough. You're on the bubble. You are so on the bubble, man. This is as bubble as it gets.
Bologna, maybe if you offer some assistance.
It's the hunt. Fuck him. She made her decision. This is the religion of the hunt. This little bitch is going through a waterfall, full blast Ryan style.
100%. Justin wants to pull Mosnell through, but he can't.
I don't need your help.
And Bologna is just standing in and passing through without an issue, as it's like literally bending around her. I'm trying to think of a roll. I need you to make a roll, but I don't know what roll yet to decide. This is going to be the linchpin whether you get in or not.
Athletics.
No.
I just picked something I was good at.
I know. That's why I said no immediately.
I would have also raged right before I did an athletics check, so.
You're such a little bitch.
If I see him struggling, can I run up behind him and try to push him in?
It's a long path, so you can make your break here while I do the next roll for him. If you want to sprint, it's like 100+ meters to get to him. It's a long path.
Yeah. Well, I'll Misty Step too.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. Inside the water, as you're pushing forward, you start to see the face of a half lizard folk, half dinosaur looking creature looking down its maw at you. And you can start hearing the like drums, these drums that are just like as you hear a voice inside your mind. Do you bring the hunt.
Yeah.
On principle, I want to close the waterfall on you. On principle alone, with that fucking response.
That's what he would say.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
That's totally. Look, you're bring the hunt. Of course. That's exactly what he would say.
Yeah, whatever.
These hides on my back? I mean, come on.
I mean, look at me.
I
bring
know. What do you got? Piece of garbage.
So what am I rolling?
Persuasion. Thanks to that response.
Yeah, persuasion. 12.
And that's still pretty good, but oh, why are you with all these in-between rolls, you fuck? Nah, you're knocked out with that crappy response. You get knocked out and you nearly fall into the spike pit as Raleigh comes over to push you and she's like, oh, nope, fuck that.
Get out of the way.
All right. It is just Bologna.
Rip. Damn.
You had a chance, but man.
That's on brand.
No, yeah.
It was all on
is,
brand.
It is, but man.
I would have been like, yes, sire, I bring the hunt.
No, but like you could have gone anywhere. It's like, I know bring the hunt, but it's just like anything that's super into the hunt. It wouldn't be like yes, sire, but like I have lived off the land. I hunted with my father all my life. How dare you? I am the hunt. I know. That's why I hit him there. That's why I went there, because that would have been relevant. He lost it.
Well,
I gotta go get music. So give me.
yeah, he wouldn't have said that anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think Mazda would have appreciated getting in if he didn't just do it on his own anyway.
Yeah, I agree. But no, that's. Do you bring the hunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
I love the hunt. I hunt a lot.
Do you want pizza? Yeah, I want pizza.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
That's exactly
What did I say wrong?
Just answering the question. I mean,
It's just one of those where it's like you just weren't intense enough for the group.
That's fine. I'm down with this outcome.
Riley is gonna help Mosnell up and take her ring back and say, maybe next time, big guy.
Next time, yeah. Practice makes perfect. I'll get it next time.
God, he's gonna come back every day.
Maybe at some point. I mean, he can try again sometime when he's not such a piece of garbage.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Like, imagine, like, this is the downtime. We just spend it trying to get Maslow into this trial.
Hilarious.
Go to all the secret box and grind levels.
Ooh, what's that? That might work. What is this? Nah, oh my god. I gotta Google. I'm just looking for drums. I just need a good drum line.
Drums?
Put the drums.
Boom,
Just
boom,
put the Stomp
boom.
soundtrack on.
The Last Agni Kai.
Yeah, no. That's safe for something
Really?
else.
I like
That
Ooh.
has 0 drum.
Yes, it does.
It does?
It does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been listening to it a lot. Definitely not for anything that may or may never come out.
They're slow, but there's drums. It goes boom, clap.
You could do Rome Total War's soundtrack, March of the Drums. Guarantee you'll love it.
Yep. Let's
March
do
of
it.
the drums. Is there drums in that?
Yeah.
I hope not.
That would be amazing.
What was it? Total War?
No, it's literally
I'll link it for you.
it's literally like drum people, drums with faces playing different instruments.
Mhm.
Just put it in the music chat if you get it up.
I will.
And
My
that'll probably be
computer's
perfect.
shitting itself.
March of the
Alright.
Drums, Total War.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
It might be
Army of
called
Drums. Army of Drums?
Yep, Army of Drums. There it is. There's also Drums of Doom. They're both great.
Oh, Army of Drums is perfect.
Yeah, I told you. I
Yeah.
knew what you wanted
Yes,
somehow.
that's what I was looking for right now. Like all the other stuff, I'm like, I could have, just not worth it for right now. All right. Bologna.
Then we just play this on repeat.
Yeah.
Sick.
Can I right-click loot? Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic. As you enter, as you turn and enter into this area, you find yourself covered in water, but not getting wet. As you walk through it, as it keeps coming onto your person and brushing off the sides. I gotta turn this down just a little bit. Sound settings. Oh, there's you. Okay, there we go. So I can focus. You start to hear these drums that have come familiar to you, especially at the Battle of Yin Yang, when you were throwing these tidal spears, cutting down the boats that sat in the harbor. With every step, you start to feel this closeness with the hunt. You start to feel your adrenaline rushing and this excitement inside you at being close. This feels like you're being transported to somewhere with close to what the hunt is and the essence of the hunt. As you leave the waterfalls, you can feel a bit of nerves hit you as you find yourself blind without sight.
Do I hear anything?
You hear the drums starting to pick up.
Do I, like, where are my other sensors telling me?
You can go ahead and make a perception check.
Disadvantage, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Or just like...
Because you're blind, yes.
15 with disadvantage.
You hear, as you're listening, like you can't see anything, you start putting your hand to the ground, you can feel some moistness to the ground, some dryness around you, and you hear... A new candidate for the pathway of nature. The hunt requires the greatest of hunters. Too often do the hunters rely on the wrong senses. Navigate your pathway through this trial without your sight, and you will have earned one of your markings.
Okay.
All right, with that 15, you feel more comfort following the moistness of the ground moving forward. With that 15, taking a few steps, one of your arms goes out, and then you take it back quickly, and you could feel some sort of mechanism go off from that side, and you hear these like shink, and then it's slow.
Like traps?
Yes.
Okay.
How would you like to proceed forward?
Do I get the sense that it's a straightforward thing. It's like just going straight, or is it like sort of ambiguous?
As you're feeling out in front of you with that 15, it's winding. So the correct pathway is definitely not walking from one side of the room to the other.
Okay. From where I am, can I feel if there's like the edges of like a trail or something to follow?
Give me an investigation check with disadvantage.
I get to do this whole thing at disadvantage.
Yeah, baby! Welcome to the trial!
Wow. Surprisingly 22.
You...
I have a +7 to investigation.
With removing your eyesight is no hindrance to you. You are a follower of the hunt. You are a champion of the hunt. And as you feel out, you take confidently each step, knowing Mugdus is guiding you through the moisture on the ground. And you can feel the path wind and turn as you walk forward, and you start to move to the left a little bit. You feel a chain tense as you hear this reaching out to grab you. But as close as it comes to you and you're certain you're within range, harm does not befall you. And as you continue winding through this path, you can feel the essence of other traps, this intensity, like you know something's, that feeling when you're about to get smacked and you're waiting for it to come, but you're continuing to be guided. You find yourself deep into the room with 2 successes so far.
Yeah, that's good. What am I confronted with now? Still on the path? Or?
At this point, the path seems to have gone very dry, and you can hear behind you growls behind you. There seems to be more in front of you. Most certainly traps to your sides. You have to make some sort of decision of where you want to go to hopefully escape this room.
Can I ascertain what type of terrain I was just on and what the in front of me is?
It went from rock to like a dirt path with a single line of growth through this dirt path back to, it looks like stonework.
Is there any vegetation?
Not from where you are. You're almost stranded now at this point. Must be one of the harder points of this travel.
Any loose stone?
Make an investigation check.
Okay. 15 again.
As you reach out, you're not feeling any loose stone, but you do feel a trigger go off, and you reach your hand back, but a spear does come up and hit you in the shoulder for 10 points of piercing damage. As you hear the shink, and it slowly starts going back, and you hear the coming back in.
Okay. Noted. Don't do that. I would like to continue forward, but do I get the sense that magic is prohibited?
No.
All right. In the spirit of the trial, I'm not going to cast Dark Vision on myself because that would be cheating. But
probably.
Yeah, I can say probably. Would, yeah.
You will get the feeling
right.
you are blind by divine force.
Yeah. But I will cast Find Traps, and I will cast just like a first level like Cure Wounds on myself or something.
Sure. As you cure yourself and you reach out, without your eyes, you can still have a sense of where these traps are around you. And you can actually see almost in your mind's eye highlights of these traps red in front of you as you try to get a mental image of this area. Directly in front of you seems like there's lots of traps to your sides, some traps, and to your, like, I'd say nearly to your, if you're on a compass, south of northwest. So even further down than northwest. To that direction, it's not left, but it's definitely not like diagonal or straight in front of you. And to your right, there seems to be another winding path. Both sides have little slivers of potential paths you can travel.
Okay. I'm going to also cast Enhance Ability on myself.
Yeah.
And I'll give myself Fox's Cunning, so I get advantage on intelligence checks.
Okay.
So it just negates the disadvantage, I guess.
Sure. If it's an intelligence check.
Yeah, if it's an intelligence check. And I'll go towards, you said I have 2 options, right?
Yeah.
I'll do the first one, the south of northwest-ish.
Sure.
See where that goes.
As you travel along that path, I need you to give me a survival check to stay on the trail.
Okay. Okay, that's good. And ooh, that's also good. 19.
19. You make your footing across the path, and you find it becoming thinner and thinner and thinner as the stonework around you. You can have that in your mind's eyes, just loaded with traps all around you, and even you can feel the momentum of these like large curved blades above you, just right above your head. And toward the end of your trail, you find yourself, as you're walking down the path, water downstairs goes up to your knees before you stop.
How does the water feel? Does it feel like normal water? Does it feel like
Normal, warm.
normal warm water?
Yeah.
Can I get a sense of how quickly it deepens?
Certainly.
Just by like treading a little bit in there and seeing like how quickly the gradient makes it go deeper.
Yeah, as you take a couple more steps, it goes from your knees up to your waist, almost up to your head within 2 steps.
Okay, so
It's
I'm
a quick
gonna
dive.
all right. I'm gonna vote no on that then.
Okay.
I'll try to head back and then get to the other.
Make another survival check to get back to where you were.
I figured. Dirty 20.
Nice. Confident in the path that you were at, you now actually tread water from the correct direction back to where you were, so you do have a way of getting back if you do want to go that way.
Okay.
So now you travel to the other side.
Yeah, I want to try the other path. See where that leads.
All right, as you go down there, give me a survival check.
Yep. Probably should have done the other one. That's a natural 20. That's going to be not that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 19.
19.
Rip the 20.
Still pretty good. As you go down this path, you feel less traps and you start to feel more that looming presence around you. As you get toward the other side, you hear these chains taut, and as you come up, there seems to be some sort of gate in front of you as you hold your hands out and grip the bars, and you can hear these coming in your direction from in front of you.
Okay. Does it feel like there's any way to open this gate? Or is it just
give me an
a gate?
investigation check if you want to start putting your hands around it.
Okay. I will do this normal roll. 17. Rolling a lot of 10s.
As you feeling around, it does seem like there's a lever or handle you could probably open up in your blindness. As you do, you can feel a lick on your hand and the graze of long teeth as you do it.
All right, so I'm under the impression that there's some potentially hostile creatures.
Potentially.
All right, I'm assuming lizard folk.
Not it's maybe. It doesn't it's tough to tell. You're blind as fuck.
Fair enough. What about the sounds, though? I know what sounds they make,
That's what
right?
I'm saying. It's similar, but not quite lizard folk sounds. And it's definitely not madness lizard folk sounds.
All right. I do not know if I trust my...
No, don't freeze, please. Is that me?
What was that?
I must have froze. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just saying I don't know if I trust myself with the water.
Up to you.
I don't think I do.
It's your game, your choice.
It is. Do I get mauled by a lizard or do I drown?
You can try and make a check if you want to do anything there.
Yeah. Based on my experience on both paths, which path feels better?
Give me a wisdom check at disadvantage.
Yep. Um, 14.
Boy, oh boy, is this a crapshoot. This seems like the big linchpin decision of the trial.
No kidding. All right, I'm gonna pull the lever.
All right. As you pull the lever and open the cage, you start moving it out, and you feel the presence of something much larger than you and on its hind legs coming closer. Another one zips around your side, and you can feel it flanking you. As you're in here right now, You can give me another wisdom check to see how this feels.
Just an FYI, blindness only affects a check if it does involve the eyes. So if it's like hearing, kind of gazing,
Dirty 20.
It may not necessarily be disadvantage.
Gotcha. Given the hunt, these things may be sizing you up as you're walking through. So you better make a decision whether you want to fight, sprint forward, lock back in. You're at another point here of see what's in the cage, see what's not in the cage. These things are sizing you up.
Let's see if there's like a way out of the cage, like opposite of where I was first.
All right. As you walk forward to the opposite side of the cage, there does seem to be another one of those locks on the other side. You can hear more sounds from that side in front of you, different from the things that are behind you. Theirs sound more like a on that side.
Do I know those sounds?
Make a history check.
21.
The sounds in front of you not familiar. The ones behind you now. You fought these motherfuckers in the forest. Those are definitely those weird curved claw creatures you found a while ago. Colloquially, named for us is probably a velociraptor or two.
Gotcha.
What are you doing?
Can I open the door in front of me or cage or whatever?
Yeah, as you open it, the two of them jump on you, trying to attack you. As you do, you can hear the creatures in the other cage getting startled, and they start to scream and run around. They're gonna go and try, or they're gonna bite you, and they're gonna do 8 points apiece of piercing damage as they sink into you. Make a strength check to see if they grapple you.
They do.
What's your
14.
6?
Wow. I outmuscled raptors?
No. The dinosaurs on the other side rush past and knock them off you just enough as blood starts curdling behind you as you're rushing through these big creatures that are hitting and breaking the cages that are in here to the sides, and you're right now trying to get through. Give me a survival check as you're trying not to get trampled in this exchange.
It's a 28, and that's a 23.
You are just zipping through this at this point, trying to get to the end, and this time instead of like a cage, you find a gate of sorts, and you can feel an opening to it.
Is there anything on the other side, does it seem? I'll cast find traps again.
You do notice a trap, but there doesn't seem to be anything on the outside.
Okay, then I'll squeeze through if that's possible.
All right. As you push through, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is that a disadvantage or?
No, just dex save.
18.
18. You're able to pull your leg aside as all these spikes come out as you're squeezing through, and then you open the door and close it behind you. As you do, you find yourself knee deep or waist deep in water in a different location in a different area.
Neat.
On the opposite side.
I'm going to do the same thing I did earlier with the testing of how quickly it gets deep.
It seems to get deep a little less quick than the last one, but it gets deep within about 4 or 5 steps.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's my movement like underwater? What's my swimming speed? Would it be considered like slower movement, I would assume?
I think you can still move
if
30
you-
feet.
If you're swimming, if it's like enough to be swimming, you move at half of your speed. It's basically difficult terrain.
All right, then half speed. So 15 feet is 6 seconds.
In that case, I'm gonna cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Yep.
But I'll just, take some leather from my armor and just a little strap off and just tie it around my wrist to cast it.
Mm-hmm.
And that will allow me to be unaffected by difficult terrain.
Okay.
That would reduce my speed.
The water around you, as you remember, it's how the resistance of it just fades away from you. It feels like you're almost gliding.
Yeah, good. So I'm gonna just go take a plunge and swim and see what I can gather from that, I guess.
As you
I'm not gonna dive, I just want to swim forward.
You're swimming forward and you're getting disoriented down here because of your blindness. And as you continue to swim, you start to worry that you don't know where you are. So you start to go back to just go catch your breath and get your movement about you. And as you break the surface, your eyesight has returned to you. And you find yourself in some sort of open city, and you can see a creature familiar to you, a velociraptor, looking at you at the water as it caws, the curved claw at you, and you look to your hands and you can see on your skin, slowly curving around you, are these markings, and they look like tribal tattoos that are being on your skin. And as they
are they purple?
They are.
Do they glow?
No. You caught me there. No. Sorry. You just said something and I was visioning it differently. Sorry. No, they go on black, they glow blue and fade, and then they go invisible.
Ooh.
On you.
That's snazzy.
And as you stand up, you hear the trial of the chase. If you are a hunter, you should be able to chase your prey. Don't let him escape. As you see the raptor look at you, and it starts to look, takes one step, and then pisses off and goes as fast as it can. And we will pick up with the next trial next session.
Sounds fun.
Hell yeah!
I win.
You got a tattoo! Hooray!
I did.
I was actually, because you